All right, what's up? Trying to reminisce about the past. We're gonna work on some gunpla. So, spoiler alert. If you saw the GIF, I have made my choice. We're gonna build a Gundam tonight. And I freaked out because I thought I lost it. I had it stored in my cold storage unit down here in the office. And I completely forgot where it was in the pile of empty boxes I have. Which I need to get around to empty, like throwing out. Also, I don't know if this pop while I was getting stuff done. I'll just replay it. Thank you, Yoshi-san, for subbing on YouTube. Much appreciated. Welcome to the Syrup Club. So I was just having a snack before we begin. Hope y'all don't mind. So the agenda tonight is... Except we're going to build a model kit. And we're not playing Kingdom Hearts. That's possibly Monday. I haven't decided what I'm doing Monday yet. But we're going to build Wing Gundam. Just because Gundam Wing is the only Gundam I know. I tried watching Seed. I was like, this isn't hitting the same. And I attempted to watch old school Mobile Suit Gundam with the first Gundam ever. And that wasn't hitting either. So I was just like, you know what? Wing was a good series. I'll just leave it at that, maybe. But what we're also doing tonight is we're going to continue on with now when I do these builds, we usually watch stuff, and we are going down memory lane and watching all the old Screw Attack top 10s from back in the day. And I want to say when we left off, we were just finished the oh, it's starting over again. It didn't save my memory. Crap. We're just out of the Stuttering Craig era, I think. We were just out of that era. Oh, good. I just have history and stuff that I've watched. So, but I think there was some influence still there because we're all nervous Nick. There are still scripts where he was saying the hard R. Okay, there's not much left. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 in this list. If need be, I can always go back to the old ones. Oh, sorry. The last ones that were handled by Sean Bolin and then Nervous Nick, when it was eventually bought up by Rooster Teeth and then sent to the No to die. What? I understand why. Like, top 10s were kind of fading out. And I think they have fun. I don't know, like, I don't do top 5s on my content. I just do 5 lists and I don't rank them in any particular order. And I don't know, that seems to be hitting the algorithm. Although I am planning on top 10. It's a more personal and heartfelt one. It's the top 10 games that define me as a gamer. It's a list I've been sitting on for a very long time. And actually it was one I was saving for being on a show, on a live show. But That's something that I actually just want to get onto on camera myself. It's something that does mean a lot to me. Basically, like, it's the games that shape me into the gamer that I am today. Because I think it's kind of permanent now, because like, that discussion has come up. That video of Tommy Tallarico kind of bashing on CVS 2, and it said like 2 frames animation and gameplay from the SNES era, like, he wanted, like, basically he was part of that gamer group where, no, we have to have the newest and brightest and shiniest thing, and at that point it was still 3D. Which is funny, and isn't it Shawn Michaels that his last foray into the gaming world was trying to sell you on a game with 2D graphics based on old ass Intellivision games. And I not gonna, like, the old school Intellivision, that was my jam. That's what I grew up on. That was my first gaming console that I had growing up. Before the, like, because, like, we kind of had everything backwards. So like when the NES was out, then we had an Atari 2600. We had the last generation because, you know, new generation was old or expensive. Yeah, there's this quick come up, and, you know, in fact, to his credit, we'll come in and defend Tommy. You know, they're lifelong friends, you know. And look, I get it, like not everyone's gonna like every game, but it just seems like he was a little closed-minded back then. I kind of want to watch some of the other old reviews, because I know he didn't, like, score the same as Tommy in those. God, I remember messaging Marissa Ribeiro, who's a sports analyst on TSN, and she was reminiscing about her times in reviews on the run when it was a weekly show. And I reminded her, I said, do you remember when you reviewed the mobile version of Marvel vs. Capcom 2? She's like, oh my god, there was a mobile version, I forgot about that. That was interesting. Also, I may or may not actually be playing Kingdom Hearts on Monday. June the King has announced he is finally releasing his Dark Side Phil documentary. He took a screenshot of it on his channel. 3 hours and 42 minutes. That's gonna be a doozy. It'll be in the morning too. Jeez, I wonder if I should just do an afternoon stream. I might do it just to get it out of my system. Just so I can say all the things I need to say on the Phil subjects. And then that way I don't have to worry about anything else. Because, good lord. Like I'm gonna be watching like every single detractor channel that's gonna be doing that. And unfortunately, it just means I'm going to be watching. Actually, no, I'm not gonna watch Phil's. I'm just gonna watch because WPIG said that they were gonna do their, like, basically they were gonna restream him, and whenever he debunked something or tried to debunk something, they would come back at him with the truth and just be like, "No, that's not what that is." I got you right here, bro. It says, "On this day and day, you said this." All right, let's crack this sucker open. Oh, actually, no, I need a tripod. All right, so I'm gonna use my old Logitech camera here to display what's going on with my hands. Please don't judge my fingernails. I am a nail biter. This is confirmed. I'm sorry for everyone that looks down at nail biters. It's something unfortunately I haven't been able to get over. But I can tell you that it's not for any particular tick. Like, I'm not like the guy. I don't do it around urban style people. Oh, I was telling my wife there, I watched back one of our older Let's Play videos. And I used the term style. Because I was playing Symphony of the Night. And I was telling her, and this is like early on, so like this is like when you have, like, Alucard has all his best stuff. So like his shield, dragon helm, all that stuff. And I told her, I said, okay, yeah, let's check this out. So normally, you know, standard attack, blah, 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 right? But this, if I do a Hadouken style motion, that's half quarter, that's quarter circle motion, I should have said. But just a funny thing, when I recorded that Let's Play, was not actively watching Phil. I don't even think I knew the name Darkside Phil at all. I think unless like there was like those casual little bits where like Matt and Pat, best friends, would talk about them. Would talk about them. Okay. Hopefully I got enough working space here. All right. So where we left off was that's on red. So we watched the screw attack moments. Oh, what a great video. Top 10 games that make you want to bone. What a title. Okay. Give me a sec, I got some assets to get rid of. And send the put back in. You have to go. Oh yeah, that works. Oh. I was there for a second there. It's like, why is it not showing? There we go. I can see my mouse pad. There, perfect. You can't see it there, but if anytime you guys want me to like make this playing field a little bit bigger, please let me know. Okay, I need to be a good friend, buddy, pal, and have another stream up. Which, I mean, if we get bored, I've got detours we can take. Oh, jeez, that almost blew my eardrums. Thank God I muted it there. Okay. So again, like if you guys want the camera here a little bit bigger and like this smaller, let me know. Let me turn that on. Put that down. Okay. Okay. So Craig, in all your juvenile wisdom, please tell us the top 10 games for us to flock to. Ooh, that's really loud.
Valentine's Day on the way got us thinking about what that day is all about. Love, right? Wrong? There's only one reason why you buy all those chocolates and flowers, and that is to get in your lady's pants. That's right, boning. So what better way to celebrate this fake-ass fabricated holiday than talking about the games that make you want to
I think we got.
Hey, the title can only be so long, right? And no, we're not looking at those crazy Japanese games. We're only looking at...
I don't know if I should see this on YouTube.
...mainstream games, which makes us...
Oh, no, we're done. Fuck you, Craig. Don't care if this is on game trailers. We're done with that one. Okay. Top 10 underrated Street Fighter characters. Fine.
Hey, it's no secret. We love some Street Fighter and Screw Attack. So if we have an excuse to talk about the series, we're going to do it. And with Street Fighter Cross Tekken here, we figured now's as good a time as...
Oh yeah, we're going to talk about the underrated characters from probably the worst Street Fighter games ever. Good job there, Craig.
Ever. But as opposed to looking at the best and worst characters of the franchise, we're going to look at the ones that have been overlooked for so long. Hey, I'm Stuttering Craig for Screw Attack's top 10 underrated Street Fighter characters.
Oh no! Sorry, I had to bring this up here, but the first thing I open up on here, there's fucking decals. Are you kidding me with this shit? Oh no.
Now on the surface, he may look like a generic Rey Mysterio wannabe, but hold up! El Fuerte is a cook, and I would love to have a meal made by a master chef Mexican luchador. All the guy's doing is looking for new recipes, and apparently the only way to do so is by kicking the shit out of people. Now he's not.
I don't think Fuerte was in 5.
Training their entire life to fight. He's just there to find some food and whip that ass.
Number 9.
All right.
You want to talk about underrated? This chick fights with a freaking sham wow. Rose literally changed Street Fighter with her ability to reflect fireballs using said stylish accessory. Got a spamming Ken? Spam him right back.
I can't read any of this.
Butt-kicking fortune teller? Screw Miss Cleo. I'll call Rose.
Oh wait, there is English in here. Ah.
On the surface, Hakan may look like a spare, but if you know what you're doing with this grappler, he's actually halfway decent. Dude may actually be the most effective wrestler in the world.
I kind of want Hakan back just because he's so
Who
weird.
wants to fight a giant, fat, oiled-up Turkish man? It's kind of genius. Oh, and he shoots people out of his ass. And bonus points for his uber-hot wife.
Number 7.
While being very flexible and a great dancer is really nice.
When does Alina come out? On 6. It's gotta be soon, right?
In fact, she's the first fighter to only fight with her feet. She might as well just have those tiny little T-Rex arms, because she doesn't use them. While she can't exactly take a punch, she can always heal herself. And let's just say she loses. Well, we all still win anyways.
Number 6.
In Street Fighter 2, everyone thought Vega was cool. He's got a mask and a kick-ass claw and can jump off walls. And
This is a character Phil used to reach 4th place at Evo. Okay, so I need a bunch of C's.
it's cool. But pretty much everyone forgot about the dude that came before him in the original Street Fighter, Geki. At least I think that's how you say it. Imagine a claw-wielding ninja that uses ninja
That is
stars
correct.
and teleportation. Do I really
Okay.
need to say much more than that? Absolutely not.
Number 5.
Speaking
Yeah,
of not
let me some
knowing
Deadly.
much about a character, Dudley has a butler who follows him around in the sky. And guess what? His entire reason for fighting in the tournament in the first place was to get his car keys back from Gil. What a classic gentleman. I mean, come on, the dude fights with a bow tie and suspenders and always has a rose on him while coining the phrase gutter trash while still managing to keep it classy. What a stud.
God, I want to play through Third Strike.
Q. No one really knows much about this dude. It looks like he's been watching Street Fighter matches since Ken's stage in the original Street Fighter 2, but that appears not to be the case. So we have 2 theories about Q. 1, we have found where in the world Carmen Sandiego is. After all, one of his outfits is red. Or he's one of the most sexual beings in Street Fighter history. Oh, you may giggle, but Q parries attacks with his crotch, and one of his supers is to ram his
Okay, I
opponent's
got 2
face
rows of
into
C's
his
here.
crotch, and they blow up, which would be an amazing fatality if Street Fighter vs. MK ever happened, by the way. Head boom.
Number 3.
Not happening, Craig. I want it to happen.
Dan sucks, Craig. Shut up. No, he doesn't. Dan's awesome.
Dan does suck, Craig. Sorry. He's the lowest of low tier. I forgot to see what number 8 was, because number 8 is usually their joke entry. So they have like 9 real entries and then a joke entry.
Aside from having a
right,
pink geek as his default
30.
outfit and having his own fighting style, which apparently has the greatest jumping knee
wow.
in existence, his entire existence is just a giant FU to SNK. He's so great that if you're not too busy taunting your opponent in the air, you can piss away an entire super bar just to taunt. Dan is the ultimate troll, and he has one hell of a smile.
Number 2.
Who's that character in what's it called? Kung Pao. This is Li Wu. He's an idiot. We trained him wrong on purpose. I'm bleeding, making me the victor.
Alright, this one's gotta be on Capcom, because Dawson should be the greatest Street Fighter character in history. He's super stretchy, can breathe fire, can teleport, and gives yoga noogies. And we haven't even mentioned his amazing attire. I mean, look at that rockin' skull necklace made up of, like, little kid skulls or something. All we can figure is that Capcom's been nerfing them all along to make it a fair competition. Look at those sweet dance moves. All right, let's hit the old recap before we hit number 1. Number 10, El Fuerte. Number 9, Rose. Number 8, Hakan. Number...
Wow. They put Hakan at number 8, and that's usually the joke. So they think Hakan's a joke? Okay. Oh, shit. Fucking piece already came off and fell somewhere. Are you fucking kidding me? Aggie. Oh! Oh! Don't throw out the bag right away, kids. Okay, you're staying in there until I'm ready for you. All right.
Number 7, Elena. Number 6, Geki. Number 5, Dudley. Number 4, Q. Number 3, Dan. And number 2, Dawson.
It's number 1.
Looks can be very deceiving when it comes to Oro. Sure, he's an old hermit dude who lives in a cave with animals and looks like he only has one arm, but ho, no! He has a second arm, but fights with one hand behind his back so he doesn't kill his opponents. He's just trying to make it fair for the rest of the fighters. In fact, when he does use both hands, he ends up in space and you plummet to the ground on fire, or he throws a portion of the sun at you. Oh, is that not amazing enough for you? Well, is your mode of transportation a giant jumbo jet that you stand on? Yeah, I didn't think so.
We got a shout out to Chad James for doing all the sick Oro combos. Oh, interesting. Original air date 2012, April 23rd. Top 10 franchises that need to die. All right, what shit opinions do you have right now, Craig?
Sometimes, for any number of reasons, some video game franchises should just go away forever. And yet somehow they just keep coming back over and over and over again.
It's not that we hate these games, it's just that we've had
Hey,
enough
Nick.
of them and they need to stop being made. Right now.
So, hey, I'm Stuttering Craig.
And I'm Nervous Nick.
For Screw Attack's top 10 franchises that should die.
In Minecraft.
Number 10.
Not to rant on anybody's success or anything, but you gotta ask yourself, is Angry Birds really a good game?
Yes.
Okay, better question. Is Angry Birds so good that it deserves 4 separate apps that are just more or less the same thing? A whole line of plush merchandise and every vendor that can carry them? A feature film? An animated show? And a freaking theme park attraction?
Yeah.
If it's popular enough, why not?
No, it's not.
You're damn right it's not. You're throwing birds at pigs with a slingshot, people. And for the love of God, holy crap, Romeo, this is not the next Mario.
Number 9.
So you push X over and over and over and over and over and over.
Hey, it was fun at first, but how many Dynasty Warrior games do we need before this gets old?
And over 1 and over
And how many have been made?
And over 7. And that doesn't even count the Gundam spin-offs.
Hey, relevant.
Over and over and
Press X
over. I
over and
can
over
do it
and
too,
over.
Greg.
Yeah, fair point. Hey, I like here's the funny thing. I've never played a Dynasty Warrior game. Like straight up like Dynasty Warriors. Never played Warriors Orochi. But I have played the fuck out of a lot of the ones that are based on franchises. So like, what's it called there? I played the fuck out of the Hyrule Warriors. Haven't played Age of Calamity yet. I really need to. But I've done that. Gundam. I've played that. Dragon Quest Heroes 1 and 2. Phenomenal Musha games. Trying to think what else. I know there's one based on Kamen Rider. And there's another one based on Berserk. So yeah, outside of like Dynasty Warriors, that's a fine franchise. Doesn't need to go anywhere.
Number 8.
Hey, it's a good thing that there's games out there that don't target the hardcore gamer. But one series we just don't quite understand the existence of is Legos.
They're entertaining games and all, but why? Why take a perfectly good Harry Potter or Star Wars or Indiana Jones or Batman game and make them Legos? Like, what's wrong with the original versions? If you like Legos so much, just play with some real ones. It'd be more fun anyway.
How do you know your franchise has gone way too far? 3 words. Lego Rock Band.
Never actually played Lego Rock Band. I bought the disc, downloaded the songs, put the license for Rock Band 2 and 3, and was like, okay, I'm done. Did the same thing for Green Day. Because like, here's the thing, I was like, I'm not looking at the things, so what does it matter?
Number
a textbook definition of garbage. Look it up in the dictionary and it's right there.
Every year it's more the same Michael Bay explosions, campers, and cheap noob tubers. In fact, every new game that comes out is more like DLC for the previous game than an actual sequel.
Stop milking the franchise, Activision, you money-grubbing, soulless corporation.
Funny enough, I had a TikTok where someone was bitching about this year's COD and it's not even out yet. He's like, I paid for Cold War 2.0. It's the same. It's like, when, like, are you just taking 12 years now to realize that, yeah, this has been the same game for the last 20 years? You push in the analog stick, you pull the left trigger to aim down sight, you pull the right trigger to fire at people, and you get called racial and homophobic slurs. What's changed? Oh, they added the battle royale at one point. Yeah. Hey, donut on YouTube. What's going on? I'm building the Gundam, and we're finishing off the Screw Attack top 10s we didn't watch yet.
Oh, stop. That's the type of crap we've been saying for years now, and I gotta be honest, it's getting really, really old.
I myself am kind of indifferent to the COD series, and the only reason I want to see it die is so the internet can finally shut up about it.
Shut up! It's successful, and it's popular.
Take your own advice here, Craig.
Therefore, it's the cool thing to hate. And troll!
Oh, yeah. I need to track down that fucking video that Razorfist made where he took this clip and, like, shat over Craig and Screw Attack. But now, because Craig's a right-wing nut job, they're the best of friends.
Number 6.
I remember years ago when I was among the thousands of DBZ fans begging for somebody to make a game based off of my favorite cartoon. We got Budokai out of that, and it was pretty cool. Everything I'd hoped for.
But thanks to people like you, Nick, the Dragon Ball Z faucet hasn't been turned off for over a decade. There's been a game every year, at least a game every year. And for a good chunk of it, they all play pretty much the exact same, telling the exact same story.
I admit my mistake.
Good.
At this point, Bandai's just making stuff up so they can say that there's something new in every game. I mean, I watched almost every episode of the series when I was younger, and I have zero idea what I'm even looking at right now.
That's Janemba. That was a movie. Don't worry, it's not canon. But yeah, 12 years later, and we have Dragon Ball Super, and now we've got another Dragon Ball series coming out. Actually, Dragon Ball Super manga is wrapping up soon. They say after the Black Frieza arc, it's over. Okay. 26, 29, 30.
5.
Wait, they still make DDR?
Oh yeah, Konami hit the jackpot back in 1998 and since has made more DDR games than most people know exist. The thing is, the big reason DDR was such a big hit was that it was advertised as an exercise game. Fast forward to 2012 where we have so many exercise games, we don't even know what to do with them.
Fact is, DDR is a relic. It's been done to death, and with the technology of today, we don't really have the need for plastic mats anymore. Why just use your feet when things like Kinect, as much as we hate to praise it, can make you use your whole body?
Great point, Nick. You just put Konami out of business.
Number 4.
No, they did that themselves. Oh, wow, this is topical. Yeah, that's funny. That's probably one of the franchises that's on here that is technically dead. I can't remember the last DDR game that Konami released. They can't turn into a pachinko machine or a mobile game, so it's probably dead. Anyways, yeah, let's explain why Kingdom Hearts needs to die.
Kingdom Hearts started off as a simple, charming story that fused the world of Final Fantasy with the world of Disney. Pretty random matchup, but it was enjoyable.
Yep, then Square Enix tried to make the story all complex and deep, and 4 spin-offs and a sequel later, well, here we are. Nobody has any idea what the hell's going on anymore. I don't, the fans don't, Square Enix obviously.
But you don't because you've never played it. You never will. You don't play games past 1826, dude. That has more complexity than Super Mario Kart. You don't touch the fucking thing. Oh, sorry, Donkey Kong Country. Other than, I don't know if he played Bloodborne. I know he played Dark Souls. I think Dark Souls and Apex Legends and Fortnite were like the newest games that Craig would play.
Doesn't either because even after 2 of the spin-offs received remakes, we still don't have a true part 3.
We have no idea what about all that makes Sora such a popular cosplay at conventions to this day. Seriously? Really?
Chicks dig a giant key, Nick.
Is that a metaphor?
Sex, yes. Also, Finny Fun. That can't be forgiven.
Skip it.
Number 3. Dumps it out right.
He's in!
If you know me at all, you know how much I love arcade sports games like NBA Jam or NFL Blitz because they're so freaking unrealistic, it's great. Then you got games like Madden.
Look, we get that we're not the target audience here, but the problem isn't that we're not big on it. The problem is that there's no alternative. There can't be. EA owns the NFL license, therefore not allowing any other company to make a game with NFL teams in it.
Competition is what makes business work. And right now, EA basically has a monopoly on football simulation
I gotta
games.
stay with this.
It's kind of like when WWE bought WCW and pro wrestling's audience took a big hit afterwards because WWE didn't have anyone forcing them to be creative.
Found a way to squeeze some pro wrestling into the top 10, huh?
Yep.
You proud of yourself?
Yep.
Number 2.
Final Fantasy is one of the most successful, most beloved, and most important RPGs in the history of video games. Once upon a time.
Final Fantasy 13, Final Fantasy 14, Final Fantasy 13-2? What happened, guys? The last Final Fantasy game that was generally accepted by most fans was Final Fantasy X, and that came out in 2001.
We'd hate to see a classic series like this go, but if the future holds more of this, then maybe saying goodbye before it gets any worse is for the best. Let's hit the old recap before we hit number 1. Number 10, Angry Birds.
Number 9, press X over and over and over.
Number 8, Lego Series.
Over. Number 7, Kill Foreigners over and over and over.
Number 6, Dragon Ball Z.
Number 5, Arrows over and over and
Number
over.
4, Kingdom Hearts.
Number 3,
Wow, that's
football,
GP one.
over and over.
And number 2, Final Fantasy.
Over and over and over and over and over.
Please stop.
And over. Okay.
It's number 1.
In the movie world, there are some trilogies that stand on their
Oh, this is what pisses Craig off so much. Well, if we finished the fight in 3! We finished the fight in 3! So what? Master Chief can fight other things? Why are you so fucking butthurt that there was a Halo 4, my dude? Like, sit and spin, my dude. I know that was like a DSP kind of shit there, but like, come on, my dude.
their own and don't need
I gotta find G's.
Indiana Jones. Fantastic 3-part story. It got a 4th that nobody wanted. Pirates of the Caribbean. Maybe not as strong of a trilogy overall, but it tells a complete story. It also got a 4th that nobody wanted.
Funny thing, they got 5th versions that nobody wanted. But I don't know, I haven't seen Dial of Destiny. Wife says it's half decent.
The video game equivalent these days would have to be Halo. We had a nice little trilogy all wrapped up and everything was so nice and tight, so why do we need to continue the story? As far as we can tell, the only reason the series is continuing isn't because a bunch of people wanted to get together and make something really special. It's because Microsoft said, hey, this makes us lots of money, let's make a bunch more games. So they are.
And suppose Halo 4 turns out to be awesome and dominates our expectations. It's still like Weekend at Bernie's.
What?
Yeah, everybody's having a good time, but the life of the party isn't quite what it used to be. It's not the same.
Found a way to get a Weekend at Bernie's reference in the top 10, huh, Nick?
Yep.
You proud?
Yep.
Good. Doesn't really matter how good the game's gonna be because, let's be honest, we already finished the fight in 2007.
He's so salty. He finished the fight in 2007!
Let's just let it be. For good. Master Chief was good to us, and I'm just gonna keep talking. Because I don't know how to end this top 10. This series needs to die. Nick used a Weekend at Bernie reference, and that's good enough to end it. The NES is regarded
Oh,
as
shit,
one
I
of
have
the best
to-
systems ever made.
Okay, what's this one here? Top 10 games you should play on your NES. Okay. Oh, this is his big stance on fucking emulation, isn't it? No emulator, just put the game in the tag. So yeah, we gotta do this 2 times.
And it's crazy to think that not everyone sat down with a real NES controller on a real NES on a TV and actually played one. With that in mind, we wanted to give you the games that if you were gonna play an NES, you need to play. These are just the games that helped make the NES what it was. And also keep in mind that while there's numbers attached to these, there really shouldn't be. We just don't have any fancy graphics that don't have numbers on them. Hey, I'm Stuttering Craig. For Screw Attack's top 10 games you should play on your NES.
Number 10.
So let's just get them out of the way right now. Your NES experience should always start and end with Mario. Super Mario Bros. Made the NES a power, and Super Mario Bros. 3 maxed out the NES's power. Both games are still amazingly fun to pop in.
Me too.
You ever played them, or a seasoned vet?
Number 9.
The story of Double Dragon is amazing. Yep, that's it. Double Dragon needs to be played simply because it was pretty much where the beat 'em up started. Yeah, there were other games that came out later that were better, but at its core, Double Dragon is what's great about the NES, and for its time, was a really good adaptation of an awesome arcade game.
Number 8.
Well, this is gonna be a quick one.
Perfectly clear. To appreciate the good, you have to appreciate the bad, and Bart vs. the Space Mutants was certainly a bad game. But you played it because it had Bart Simpson in it. That, and at the time, you didn't realize it was bad. You played it, and you worked around its faults because those were part of the games. And you sure as hell didn't complain about it, because at the end of the day, you were playing The Simpsons, and for its time, that was freaking great.
Number 7.
Okay, that's a joke one.
Oh, you're damn right. Some consider this the best sports game of all time, but we don't consider Tecmo Super Bowl a sports game. We consider it athletic chess.
Is this Super Bowl or?
With the king being Bo Jackson and the pawns being everybody else.
Number 6.
Was he talking about Super Bowl or? Go back here.
Oh, you're damn right.
There's no
Some
lower
consider
third.
this the best sports game of all time, but we don't consider Tecmo Super Bowl a sports game.
Okay, yeah, Tecmo Super Bowl. I actually, for joke's sake, so I gotta go full cam for a second because I want to show you guys this. So I made a fantastic deal with someone locally here. He sold me the NES Switch controllers for $30. Like, both of them work. I got a little scared on the left one here. Well, I mean, this one would be considered the left one, but I got a little scared because it wasn't charging. But this one was like dead. Like the other one there had a little bit more juice on it, so I was actually able to play it there. But I charged this one up. Beautiful. Wow, chef's kiss. This thing is fantastic. Popped in Tecmo Bowl with this. Yeah, I never sat down and seriously played Tecmo Bowl, but man, like Tecmo Bowl's fun. Got some interceptions. Of course, I picked LA. But yeah, I just wanted to show that off. I know I showed it off on the Discord and the. By the way, we have a Discord. If you guys haven't joined, should have a command on Twitch. I don't think I have one set up on YouTube. I gotta really work on the Nightbot for YouTube. Let's switch back. All right, let's continue on.
We consider it athletic chess, with the king being Bo Jackson and the pawns being everybody else.
Number 6.
When talking about the RPG genre, there was much debate, but at the
You guys put this RPG crap on here? Okay, I'll pretend to know what I'm talking about. Man's never touched an RPG in his fucking life.
end of the day, Screw Attack's biggest advocate of Final Fantasy, Jared, even pushed for Dragon Warrior. Here's the thing, a lot of us got this game for free with a subscription to Nintendo Power. I mean, think about that. They must have given away a few 100,000 games. And you know what? It saved the series and it's still kicking ass today. But at the end of the day, we're mentioning Dragon Warrior because this is where RPGs began. And without Dragon Warrior, there wouldn't be a Final Fantasy.
Number 5.
The original peripheral game, only with a zapper, and it was sweet. Duck Hunt was the first game on the NES to demonstrate that games can be played with more than just a controller with buttons. And it had one of gaming's first trolls. Every time you hear a 10-year-old insult you for failing on Xbox Live, just remember that damn Duck Hunt dog did it first.
Number 4.
Sure thing.
Sure, you've probably heard about it, but you need to experience it. The thing about Metroid is that it actually worked within the NES's limitations to actually benefit the experience by having cold black backgrounds and just bone-chilling music. One note here, when you do play Metroid, don't cheat and use the internet for a map or walkthroughs. Make your own map.
I will be completely transparent. 100% cheat, use maps and walkthroughs because there are long ass hallways. There are long ass vertical hallways in this game. And you know what? Fuck it. There's a way better way to play Metroid. It's called Zero Mission on GBA. Go play that version instead. This one, honestly, like it has aged the worst of most of the NES library. If you truly want to play it, there are several ROM hacks out there that buff up the animations, improve the graphics, there's some people that have actually modified to where you don't have to sit there and farm for energy. They actually like change the values so that's, you know, less stupid. But yeah, listen, I love Metroid. I love I mean, come on. But I know when things have been outdated and when they need to be updated. And Metroid 1 is on it. Exactly, yeah. I mean, like they wouldn't have known back then. This is 2012. The Switch hadn't been invented yet. Or sorry, the Switch hadn't been invented yet. I think the Wii U hadn't even come out by now.
As you go through the game, that's the best way to get the true experience.
Number 3.
There's hard video games, and then there's NES hard video games. Battletoads is a great example that is not only ridiculously NES hard, but also ridiculously NES good. And that's the key here. There's a certain level of joy when you finally make it past the speed bike level after trying for days.
Number 2.
Here's the thing about Mega Man 2. Not only is it a great game with great music and a solid challenge, it's the first direct sequel that got everything about being a sequel right. Look at Mario 2. Look at Zelda 2. They were totally different than their original games. Mega Man 2 took what made the original good and improved on the original concept in every way to make it great.
Number 1.
Prior to Zelda, games were pretty much just run and jump platformers. Zelda showed the games could be more than that. Throw in that you had a quest that was so big you actually had to save your game with a freaking battery pack built into the game, because prior to Zelda, the idea of saving your game consisted of pausing your game, keeping the NES on, turning off the TV, and returning later just hoping that mom didn't bump the NES with a vacuum. Oh, and that adventure? Yeah, there's 2 of them. Oh, and there's secrets pretty much on every screen. Oh,
I've never beaten the second quest in Zelda.
Gold cart. Damn, that is still cool. Here's the thing, there are so many more games that we just couldn't squeeze into just 10 for this video. So if you want to see a bunch more games you should definitely play for your NES, head to screwsack.com. And while you're there, let us know in the comments what games you think should be essential to an NES beginner.
Okay, that's what I said. Top 10 worst superhero games. And no Catwoman's going to be on there, but where?
Craig's not here this time because he's giving screwattack.com some upgrades you should totally check out when he's done.
Oh no, Craig's not there. Anyway.
So for now, it's just me. This is the biggest summer yet for superhero movies. Batman, Spider-Man, the Avengers, all of them look awesome, but the same can't be said for every superhero game. To make it on this list, as long as the game is about someone with an extraordinary ability, they're fair game. Except for robots, they don't count. So, hey, I'm Nervous Nick for Screw Attack's Top 10 Worst Superhero Games.
I mean, you guys can see this, right?
Let's just get this one out of the way. Yes, Superman 64 is the worst game based on a superhero of all time for reasons you surely knew before you even clicked on this video. There's just no disputing it. Even if you haven't heard how terrible Superman 64 is, does this really look like a game you want to play? Really? Flying through rings? Really? Superman 64 is number 1. The least surprising entry is out of the way.
Number 10.
Guess again, Batman.
Zaz.
It's my turn now.
Oh god, I have never played this one.
Truth be told, Batman Dark Tomorrow had a fair amount of good in it. It featured classic Batman gadgets and vehicles, it took the player through well-known locations, and it even had a host of Batman villains, including some of the lesser-known ones. The problem with Dark Tomorrow? Everything else. The repetitive gameplay, the awful camera.
Getting 2 G2s and G1.
The one you got depended on if you completed certain objectives before fighting the final boss. The big mistake here is that the game did nothing to tell you this, so most people's epic finale went like this.
Oh.
Beloved!
Yeah.
And roll credits.
Yeah. So yeah, if you don't do everything right, yeah, Race just kills you right in front of Talia. That's the end of the Dark Knight. Oh my god.
An X-Men game where you don't play as a single X-Men member?
God, it's so
Not
blurry.
The way X-Men Destiny did. Silicon Knights could have sold us on the idea better if we were free to create our own mutants, but the only freedom we got was a choice between retarded football man.
Oh! 2012. Still using that word, huh?
Guy. And speaking of choices, that was Destiny's whole selling point. Supposedly, every decision you made was supposed to have cataclysmic consequences, but guess what that amounted to in the final product? A single choice at the very end of the game. And even then, it didn't matter if you picked the good guys or the bad guys because you got an equally unsatisfying ending either way. For a game about destiny, yours is pretty much written from the get-go.
And also, this is, the game was ordered to be destroyed.
Being the American children we were, practically nobody this side of the Pacific had any idea who Ultraman was. But he was called Ultraman, and that name alone was cool enough for us. Everything about the look and feel of Ultraman Towards the Future makes us think fighting game, but it's without question one of the worst fighting games we have ever played. No competent jumping mechanics, no responsive
That's a
controls,
weird one.
no combos, no special moves, none. The only way to win is to whittle the giant monster's health down until it says finish, and then hit it with your level 4 attack before its health regenerates. On top of the crappy controls already making things more difficult is the fact that the AI doesn't have to do a finishing move to beat you, and it's still less bullcrap than level 3 X Factor.
Number 7.
Man, I realize they're still doing 4x3 videos by this point.
Spider-Man 2 is one of my favorite GameCube games, and when rumors of next-gen consoles started swirling around, I kept wondering how much more awesome Spider-Man 3 would be on Nintendo's next system. Oh dear God, it was not! The PS3 and 360 versions were boring enough as it was, but Spider-Man 3 on the Wii was just... Oh, sorry about that. It is a little bit cool that you can use your hands to swing around, but those 3 blissful seconds where you feel like Spider-Man are quickly interrupted by crappy AI, shoddy controls...
Oh, worry, it'll take another 7 years for you to feel like Spider-Man.
The graphics... Sorry. I looked at the game again. Yeah. Welcome to the next generation, people.
Number 6.
Not too long ago, a bunch of us at the ScrewTech HQ visited Tornado Terry's, one of the last few arcades left in our area. We had a great time. Until we played Justice League Heroes United. The old Avengers games may have been pretty meh, but not to be outdone in mediocrity, DC eventually released its own superhero crossover game. Even on free play, nobody wants to bother with a game this broken. It's way too hard just to hit anybody, the superpowers don't work, and
Never heard of this game.
is so bad. That part you may forgive, until you realize that this game came out as recently as 2009. No excuse.
Number 5.
I really hope that I don't offend any Aquaman fans out there, but Aquaman is one of the most useless superheroes ever conceived, and we wish he was never created. No offense,
C23.
but sometimes even the most unlikely characters can get good games. Except for Aquaman, because Battle for Atlantis is basically Superman 64 underwater. The controls even feel like you're underwater. Not so much in an immersive way, just kind of in a who thought this was passable kind of way. Developer Lucky Chicken Games was even so lazy that the bosses are just the same regular bad guys from beginning to end. If they are bosses anyway, we can't tell.
Number 4.
I own that on,
Well, if DC made an Aquaman game that plays like he's underwater, then I guess Marvel's answer obviously had to be an Iron Man game that plays like he's drunk. Isn't it sad when you're given the voice talents of Don Cheadle and Samuel L. Jackson just to release an unfinished game like Iron Man 2? I'm serious,
Iron Man 2. I was
that's
like,
tragic.
Don Cheadle wasn't in the first
Downey
one.
Jr. didn't come back for the sequel. See, Sega, this is the reason why Marvel did not renew their contract with you to keep making movie tie-in games. And why does Tony Stark look Asian?
Number 3.
That's a little weird.
A superhero game where you fly a plane in circles. That is the
Yeah,
legacy
this game's
left
terrible.
behind by the Rocketeer. Nobody knew how to get past the first freaking level. But if you must know, this is how you beat it. Instead of looking at this part, which is where you normally look all the way down here. Because this is technically the game. Not this. This is here for no reason. This is here to distract you. This is the actual game. Come to find out, you do pretty much 2 things in the Rocketeer. You fly around in circles, you get shot by Nazis. That's it. Those 2 things, back and forth, over and over again. And there's a very noticeable lack of Jennifer Connelly. That's a deal breaker right there.
Yeah, yes.
Let's get this recap going before we get to number 2. Number 1, Superman 64. Number 10, Batman Dark Tomorrow. Number 9, X-Men Destiny. Number 8, Ultraman. Number 7, Spider-Man 3 for... Number 6, Justice League Heroes United. Number 5, Aquaman Battle for Atlantis. Number 4, Iron Man 2. And number 3, The Rocketeer.
It's number 2.
Most of the
Oh,
time,
right,
the
right.
times
Superman
movies
64
are
sorry.
atrocious when you compare them to the actual film. Take that logic and apply it to the critically panned Catwoman movie, and you can see where this is going pretty quick. This is one of those games where you can tell just by looking that the developers had zero inspiration when putting this together. You see this? You see this? There's like no challenge here. It's actually kind of depressing. And just like the movie, Catwoman the game tries way too hard to make the lead character sexy. This is the idle animation. And what makes the Catwoman game age even worse is the fact that we have a better Catwoman game than we could have ever hoped for. It's called Batman Arkham City.
That is true.
You know what? No. We're not ending on a good note. Is Catwoman the game anywhere near as good as Batman Arkham City? Tell him, Hawkeye. No! Dang straight.
Alright, what we got now? Top 10 things we want at E3 2012. Oh god. And Craig's already got his shitting grin on now. This is great. That reminds me, I should play Arkham City at some point. I did enjoy Arkham Asylum. Oh, dude, Arkham City is so good. Oh god, it's so good. So much side stuff on there too. A lot more side stuff than there was in Arkham Asylum. And even though it's contained in like a micro city, like the Asland part of Gotham, it's still fantastic.
Hey Nick,
Hi, Craig.
welcome to the shot. It's E3 2012. It's time to go crazy. It's Gamer Christmas, right?
Yeah,
That's
so in
right.
celebration, we're counting down the 10 things we want to see most from the big three.
That's right, and you're probably going to see a lot of us because, well, the event hasn't happened yet, so we don't have B-roll of it. So if you don't like our ugly faces, fuck off. Hey, I'm Stuttering Craig.
And I'm Nervous Nick.
For Screw Attacks, top 10 things we want to see from
Microsoft
Microsoft.
at E3 2012.
Oh, it's just per developer. Okay.
So in 2006, when this baby came out, everyone was like, oh, sweet, lightsaber fights, it's going to be awesome. But that never really happened.
And then a couple years later, this thing came out and everyone's like, oh, sweet, Star Wars fights. Then it never happened.
It's not how you use that. But the point is that we have not got an awesome Star Wars game with incredible lightsaber fights.
We want to see it happen on this, because not only would the lightsaber fights be cool, but doing a force push or force lightning or force choke just wouldn't have the same effect on any other platform.
Especially not this thing.
No, we tried that. No.
Number
Fast forward 12 years later, the man in the hat hates Star Wars and everything it stands for. Because it's trendy to hate Star Wars. Anyways, I don't know what Nervous Nick's thoughts are on Star Wars. I haven't seen his... He tends to keep his thoughts to his own, which, is commendable, and, maybe some people should be doing that. I don't know.
9.
This is what the average person looks like when they play Connect. They look like idiots. But what if more games use the Connect with this in hand? Mass Effect 3, Skyrim, Steel Battalion, those games were on the right track, but we're still wondering what it would be like to have a hardcore...
No, they weren't. I had my Connect in when I was playing Mass Effect 3 for the first time, and every time I missed a shot, I would say shit, and the Connect thought I said shotgun, and would switch to my shotgun. I was like, no, I didn't say shotgun, I said shit. Yeah. Voice command's not there. I don't know if voice commands will ever be there.
game that requires both the controller in your hands and the Kinect for other functions you just can't do otherwise. Balance has to be found. If you're going to keep pushing Kinect into the future, we're pretty sure it still involves a controller.
Ooh, how wrong you were. Friggin'. It's like, not only are we going to push it, we're going to make it part of the overall system at launch. And then we'll push an update that says, oh, wait, you don't need it anymore. Because our glorious leader decided, hey, you know what? Tell everyone that doesn't have internet to fuck off and buy a 360.
8.
The press conference has been the same goddamn thing for the last 2 years. Really look at them. They all start the same way. Oh, there's a big green stage, Xbox 360, Microsoft logos everywhere. Lights come down. So, oh, really dark and spooky. What's going on? Oh, it's Call of Duty, the brand new Call of Duty. It starts the same. A really slow, quiet, tense situation. You know, the guy playing it, he's moving really slowly, which gamers don't do that. They speed through it. He's moving slowly. It's like, oh, it's so tense. What's going on? Oh, is that noise? Look over there quick. Oh, plot.
I believe he was working there like
tense.
as late as
And
2012.
then a black screen pops up and it says, well, in the interest of time. Oh, suddenly, oh, there's explosions and shooting. Oh, explosions. Call of Duty, Call of Duty logo, entire crowd. Call of Duty. Microsoft guy comes out. Hey, we're Microsoft. We make a bunch of money. Here's some shit you don't care about. Shows off a bunch of games, you know, standard third-party stuff, and then they throw that aside, and boom, new Halo. Holy crap, it's a brand new Halo. Teaser for Halo 4. Here's the multiplayer for Halo 4. Halo Reach, or freaking whatever. All this Halo stuff, and you're like, yay, Halo Anniversary Edition, yay. And then they throw that aside, like, oh, well, that's cool. How about some sports? Forza, EA Sports, Madden, basketball, blah, 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 a bunch of other crap you don't care about. And then they throw that off to the side, and they're like, hey, remember the Kinect? That's for hardcore gamers, and we're going to prove it to you. And then, boom, a bunch of hardcore games all showing the Kinect. It's like, oh, but the Kinect's for family stuff, too. So they show you a bunch of stupid family games for the Kinect. So it's like, oh, children dancing, a bunch of actors doing very poor things, maybe a little bit of dancing. And then like, oh, don't forget, it's for hardcore games, too. They show one more surprise game that's all hardcore for the Kinect. And then everyone walks out, wondering why they came.
Number 7.
If everything's going digital, which it looks like it is, then it makes sense for Microsoft to want to lead the charge, right? Of course. Then why not lead the charge with one of the most untapped resources? I'm talking about Alan Wake. Alan Wake 2, Alan Wake Season 2, whatever you want to call it. It could be the episodic game that Xbox needs to push digital distribution forward. Plus, it's one of the few Xbox exclusives that hasn't got a sequel yet. What's up with that?
Number 6.
Holy fuck, that would take 12 years for that to happen. Just realized that Alan Wake 2 came out this year. Damn, there's a piece on here I think I might need glue for. Not staying how it should. Alright, we got the feet somewhat done.
You know, this rumor's been debunked already, but we still want to see it happen. Xbox 360 games playable on Windows 8. Because why not?
Number 5.
And that happened. Not the E3, but it happened. You can play through the cloud. Alright, G162, G7.
5.
One of the best downloadable games we've seen to date is still 2009's Shadow Complex. Another game we want to see make a return.
And as long as Nintendo's not doing anything two-dimensional with Metroid yet, we want something to fill our 2D adventure gap in our lives. Besides, isn't the Sega game like already fleshed out?
That's like done. All it needs a publisher. For the love of God, somebody make this happen. I'm starting a Kickstarter right now.
Number 4.
Oh, googly eyes.
Was there really a
I'm not trying to
Shadow
say
Complex,
we want
really?
Another 90 minutes of Kinect boredom, but in all honesty, some of the coolest things done with Kinect don't even have anything to do with video games at all. So, how do we say this? We want what this guy's doing. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Pretty much what we're trying to say is the Kinect can do some amazing things when it's hacked by people, right? But what about when it's hacked by people who actually built it? We want to see you guys stretch the Kinect's wings and let it fly.
Number 3.
Connect as a
You've just
drone?
been pelted
Jesus.
over the head for 90 minutes with non-stop Kinect. It is the most boring presentation of your life. You are ready for it to be over. It is done. The lights go down. But wait! As everyone's filing out, one image hits the screen. The new logo to the new Xbox. Oh my God, they said it wasn't gonna be there, but it's there! It knocked you right out of your seat.
Number 2.
I don't think that happened.
Please give Rare a reason to exist. Please.
You're gonna have to wait a couple of years for that, Nick. I think that's when they're like, oh yeah, Rare's making Sea of Thieves. But hey, next year we get KI. That's something. Meantime, detour. Hang on. Just because I just want to watch this again.
Exclusively on Xbox One at launch, and it's now in theater playable at E3.
Wow.
Thank you very much.
Launch title. That's how you do it. Start announcing launch titles. What the fuck?
Coming to your home in 2013, only on Xbox One. Jago. Ah! Glacius. Ah! Saber. Ah! Ultra combo.
Killer Instinct.
Ah!
We listened, and Killer Instinct is back, only on Xbox One. Now, I want to talk about another creative first-party partner, one that I've personally admired and wanted to work with for a long time.
I'm fucking crying.
Visionaries behind the...
I love that, Max. Ah! Like, this is a far cry from now. Like, now if it's a Capcom thing, he goes, ah! Like, he gets high pitched. Before it was just, ah! Killer Instinct! What? God, I love Max.
Nick, get up.
Oh.
It's time for the recap. Number 10, a real Kinect Star Wars game.
Number 9, more Kinect games that use the real controller.
Number 8, a different presentation.
Number 7, Alan Wake 2.
Number 6, 360 games compatible with Windows 8.
Number 5, Shadow Complex 2.
Windows
Number
8.
4, those kick-ass Kinect apps.
Number 3, a teaser for the next box.
And number 2, a reason to keep Rare around. For God's sakes,
Please.
come on, make it happen.
It's number 1.
All right, so remember, this is the list of things we would like to see from Microsoft at E3 2012. Not the stuff we expect. So we're promised we're not trolling with number 1.
We kind of are trolling.
Okay, so remember our top 5 worst moments of E3 2011 was kicked off by those terrible Kinect demonstrations.
Fist bump.
So awful, but what we'd like to,
We were thinking
know,
maybe if Microsoft could
bring them back.
themselves. Yes.
For the entire press conference.
It'd be so amazingly bad. It would be the greatest thing ever.
Even better, the entire thing could be run by just child actors.
Yes.
They'd have no idea what they're
Yes.
talking about. It would just
I
be
love
an
it.
amazing hour and a half of just non-stop horrible entertainment.
Yes! And even though they won't actually do a major press conference that way, let's be honest, the demonstrations from last year were pretty horrid.
Horrid!
And if you want some cool points in the eyes of gamers, it's always best to poke fun at your mistakes.
Okay, so maybe we're just having a little bit of fun. So if you want something that doesn't suck, head to screwattack.com for all your E3 coverage, where you're gonna find all sorts of videos, first impressions, of course news, and the streams of every press conference live. Woo! It's gonna be nuts.
And if you want to know what we want to see from Nintendo and Sony at E3 this year, just check the description. Or the related videos. I don't know where it is. It's somewhere on the page. Just look. You're not stupid.
Now, do we have the Nintendo ones on here? Oh no, we fast forward to best and worst of E3 2012. I don't remember E3 2012.
Well, Gamer Christmas is come and gone. We gotta wait a whole nother year before it comes back again. However, this is the perfect time to look back at all the great presents we received.
And also the bags of coal.
So, hey, I'm Stuttering Craig.
And I'm Nervous Nick.
For Screw Attack's best and worst moments of E3 2012.
Number 5.
Out of all the conferences for each of the big three, we think it's a no-brainer that
Battle Royale.
Sony easily had the strongest show. They got the hype train for PlayStation All-Stars kicked off with a couple big reveals.
Just like we hoped.
They showed gameplay of The Last of Us.
Just like we hoped.
Oh.
And they made PlayStation Plus membership sound even more awesome.
By, now get this, giving subscribers 3 stellar PS3 games for free.
I would like to point out that this is still going on, where Microsoft just let it wither and die. They're like, oh no, Game Pass is good enough for you guys, right? Here's like scraps. It's like, well, we ran out of games to give you. Like, no, you haven't. There's plenty of games for you to give us. Like, yeah. Oh Lord. But yes, yeah, bravo to Sony for still doing this. What's strange is that I don't know if have you guys seen what's coming out for PlayStation Plus in September? We're in the Quidditch game. Like, that's a brand new title. We're just getting that for free. That's crazy. I can't remember the other one games, but that was the one that just popped up because like the Quidditch game is like brand new.
It was mostly good news all around. I mean, the conference would have been higher on the list, but they omitted all those Vita game announcements and made one announcement that we'll get to later.
Oh.
When the press conferences were over, all of us sat around in silence. Our heads turned from our computer monitors to each other's faces. All
Tomb Raider, wow.
We were all thinking the same thing. Did Ubisoft just win E3?
Let it be known that we share the same sentiment as the rest of the internet that the actual presenters were pretty awful, but the games were some of the most solid of the entire show. Assassin's Creed 3, Splinter Cell, Blacklist, Rayman Legends, Zombie U, Far Cry 3, Watch Dogs.
C27.
Do I need to go on?
Ubisoft's conference was at one point the only conference we saw dominate all 10 worldwide trending topics on Twitter. Things like Far Cry 3, Rayman, Assassin's Creed, Girlwood, Giant Black Girl.
We try not to remember all of them.
Giant Black Girl.
Giant Black Girl.
No, Craig, no.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2012 Xbox Global Media Briefing.
The Microsoft conference was mostly yet another year of saw this coming, don't care, where are the video games, Call of Duty, where are the games.
Part of the non-video game segment that always lasts too long showcased this year Smart Glass, a technology that lets you control your Xbox with other devices. Ooh. Yeah, it's kind of weird to explain, so we'll just let Trey Parker do it for us.
How many times have you been watching an episode of South Park and thought,
oh god, when he took the piss, everyone?
While hooked into my mobile device, which is being controlled by my tablet device, which is hooked into my oven, all while sitting in the refrigerator.
Number 2.
Big ups to Matt Stone and Trey Parker for taking the piss out of it. That's the one thing I hate about all those conferences, and I'm glad it's gone. It's that people talking like this to a bunch of people who don't give a fuck about things like marketing and sales. Well, they don't say marketing. It's like, we're going to bring you new innovative controls, new innovative graphics, and new innovative experiences. Slow clap, slow clap, slow clap. Like, this is not the fucking 90s anymore for E3. It's not a sales conference. I mean, it's still a sales conference, but like the average gamer has infiltrated now. It's like you are trying to sell the game to them, not to the person who's going to buy it. The retailer.
As much as we do, but E3 was way easier on us this year.
Yeah, this is more of an us thing than a you guys thing, but we're going to be a little selfish here and put this on the list because we went all out. How many people covered E3 for us last year, Nick?
4.
Yeah, that's right. How many covered E3 for us this year, Nick?
17!
Yes, and the entire G1 community as well.
Between first impressions, interviews, news, gameplay photos, and all sorts of other fun, we had over 250 E3 posts within 4 days, all waiting for you on our site right now. Go watch them.
Also, a big shout out to Enforce, Mark, Matt, and Mark 2 for holding down the editing for us. Thanks, guys.
Self-gratification over.
And that's all you get from Craig. Hey, thanks for doing the work for us. Did we get paid? No. Oh, as we also put up, because we're going to get to this later on. How crazy is it that, like, Phil made $700 and something playing WWE Champions? 200 of that already wasted on polls. But yeah, like, still won't pay his editing team. Still won't pay for artwork. He thinks it's crazy for people to pay for artwork. I was like, let me go back to my opening for a second. Shout out to Tarvel and Dark Seed of Phil for making this artwork for me. Ooh, sorry. I'm sorry. You do good work, and I paid you your rate, and you do great work, and I worked with you again. Dark Seed of Phil, I don't know if you'll ever see this, but I want to work with you again. I want this style with my wife. So if you can come make that happen, let's do it. Like, every time I go to your coffee, your commissions are always sold out. So like, I want to give you money for art. Please, please open up your commission soon. I would greatly appreciate it.
It's number 1.
In the age of social media where there's leaks for every single thing under the sun, E3 has honestly gotten a little less exciting.
On the bright side, it's made us appreciate the announcements that genuinely surprise us that much more. Imagine how different the reactions for Zombie U or Watch Dogs or the announcement of Big Daddy and PlayStation All-Stars would have been different if any of those had been known ahead of time.
It's surprises like those that don't just catch us off guard, but truly get us excited to run onto the show.
Oh, that's Skyward Sword. I was like, I recognize that song.
And by the way, Big Daddy, amazing.
But as we were all reminded again this year, not all surprises can be good ones. So let's start counting down the worst of E3 2012.
Number 5.
Whoa.
And let's just start with
It's gonna get me claimed. This is a good song, but it's gonna get me claimed.
Karaoke game, but like, you're alone. No.
How do they gotta get this claim?
You're supposed to be able to get your friends involved and come over and play, but come on, they can't even be scored. They're
Come on.
volunteering to look like jackasses. I mean, look at Nick.
I was trying my hardest.
And the old Asian guy in the background. I mean, who wants to look like that guy? And Nick. Hey, nobody.
Number 4.
Not 100 feet from the Los Angeles Convention Center,
Oh,
where E3
I need
is held, the
H1,
LA
H2 too.
was poised to win the Stanley Cup. And on top of that, Video Games Live, which very well could have ended at the exact same time as the hockey game, was right next door at Nokia Theater. And then suddenly, we started having flashbacks.
Potential riots? Hockey riots, yeah!
2 years ago, the Lakers won the NBA title at the Staples Center, and the citizens of Los Angeles were so amazingly happy that they destroyed their own city.
Sports! This year was like sitting right around the corner from a massive time bomb all over again. People were moving appointments and meetings all around just so they can avoid being downtown for fear of being destroyed by Los Angelinos.
Fortunately, the Kings lost and the city was spared another night, but for the whole evening, we were ready to bolt the doors and board up the windows all over again. No fun.
The city of Los Angeles celebrate the Stanley Cup win. The final tally, 14 injured, 12 dead.
Number 3.
Oh no! It's Beast Jose! He made it on a Screw Attack video. It's Screw Attack versus Channel Awesome and Blistered Thumbs. Oh, is this the E3 that it started getting like really heavy with content creators? Hang on. Here. Oh, can't spell betrayal. Hold on. My keyboard's all the way over here. Because whoever usually upset. Oh no, it was 2010. Betrayal was 2010.
Betrayal! What? Betrayal! Betrayed me! This game sucks!
And this is 2012, and they still let Joe back. I don't know. Spoonie did go back because he had an interview with the XCOM devs when they showed Enemy Unknown, and he went, loyalty, which most of the internet tends to forget. They just remember betrayal. Which, whatever, you can react however you want. And quite honestly, like, XCOM was a series that was near and dear to Spoonie. And, like, it was declassified that they were showing. And they're like, yeah, we're going to make it a first-person shooter. And he's just like, this has nothing to do with XCOM. Nothing.
We had $30 to spend on pizzas to feed a small crew that's been working hard all day long. That could get you, like, 6 DiGiorno's pizzas.
Or 10 Red Baron pizzas.
Or 30 Totino's party pizzas.
Or 6 pizzas at E3. Oh, I'm sorry. I meant 6 slices of pizza at E3. You should be ashamed of yourself, LA Convention Center. And it sucked, too.
I'm hungry now.
Use cameo regime.
Number 2.
That's kind of like the due to inflation. That's kind of the price of pizza now. Just saying. Yeah, I swear to God, they complain about the food every single top 10. They're like, the food's so expensive at the LA Convention Center. It's just like, yeah, we know. Go down the street to Mickey D's or some shit. I don't know. What do you expect? Bring your own food. Make your own fucking sandwich.
Nintendo had one mission at E3 this year. Just one thing they had to do. Make the Wii U as attractive as possible. And what'd they do?
They showed Pikmin 3 for the first time, they demoed Batman Arkham City Armored Edition, revealed more Zombie U, and for the most part, the rest is pretty forgettable.
But the thing is, we already knew about those games. How do you spend an hour talking so much without telling us anything new? at a press event.
All of Nintendo's most exciting announcements came from the pre-E3 conference. And even then, it was just them saying how they're playing catch-up. We practically expect some so-so announcements for the majority of any conference, but the words, "Before we leave, please take one more look," should lead into something more interesting than just more Nintendo.
Woohoo! Fireworks! Listen, it's a press conference. Talk about stuff like a release date, the price, your online service, hell, anything but the Wii U's equivalent to Wii Sports.
Yes, my body was ready.
It's
Who said the meme?
number 1.
Okay, so we need to unlock these gates. And we're going to use the unlocking charm, Aloe Amora.
That poor woman.
Problem number 1 with Wonderbook. Adults trying to demonstrate what is clearly a child's game. Problem number 2, spending 15 long minutes trying to prove how innovative it is. Innovative. Problem number 3, getting it to work right.
The Wonderbook demonstration was so terrible, it actually distracted us from a lot of the good things at Sony's press conference.
Way to go.
We don't see it becoming a huge success for Sony.
Nope.
We don't anticipate it to sell more Move controllers.
Hell no.
And we don't think it has much outside potential. Holy crap, will you please just open up the door?
Open the freaking door!
Okay, well, it is a live demo, so.
It's a live demo, so shut your face.
See down that hole. Tilt up your book so you can see down that hole.
Yeah, she did it. Okay, what we got now? Top 10 Batman games. Arkham should be number 1. If it's not, you've failed. Try the other piece here. Maybe that will. Am I putting these on right? I should. Yep.
The last big superhero movie of the summer is out, and already we want more Dark Knight.
So we're doing it by counting down Bruce Wayne's best games.
That kind of rhymed. So, hey, I'm Stuttering Craig.
And I'm Nervous Nick.
For Screw Attack's top 10 Batman games. I'm the Knight. Where are the other drugs going? Took it a little too far there, Nick.
Number 10.
We've said before that we wish the funding for Lego-style games would go towards making actual versions of whatever they're based on, but we'll admit that they certainly have their market.
The Lego games have always emphasized...
Oh, looks like someone's a hip hypocrite. Look at that. Why, how the turns have tabled.
The Lego Batman 2 features an open world complete with tons of recognizable locations. But then they really went all out and pretty much threw in over 50 freaking characters to boot. 50!
Bonus points for using the Danny Elfman soundtrack.
Number 9.
Also, shout outs for doing basically DC. Lego Batman was just basically a DC game. Like they just had to put the Danny Elfman soundtrack in there.
So here's an overlooked NES gem you probably missed. Batman Return of the Joker was a sequel to the NES movie tie-in we all just love at the HQ. But like a lot of NES sequels, it has pretty much nothing to do with the original.
It's still more so than most, but you're right about it being different. For a guy who hates guns, Batman in this game sure uses a whole lot more of them.
Like the entire time.
Upgradable long-range weapons in
Just
the
pretend it's
same
Thomas
high
Wayne.
difficulty you know the first one for make Return of the Joker feel like a Contra-style game.
But with 100% more Batman.
Number 8.
Oh, and the reason why most people didn't play it is, guess what? James kind of ruins those games and thoughts and feelings for people. He's like, it's poopy ass dicks. I was like, it's poopy ass dicks. Okay, I need I2 and I1 21s.
So
here's the joke entry. Also, like, big old sticky watermark here. Someone's stealing this and putting a watermark and claiming it as their own.
Exploding ninjas when you hitch a ride on a train, which takes you straight to a battle with Peter Parker himself.
Yeah, that's all well and good, but once you've dealt damage to him, he becomes the single thing nobody wants to go up against.
Seeing the Batman is too great of a threat, Sega eventually decided to revise the game and have the player fight Satan instead.
And for the record, Satan is way less scary than Batman. Also, Revenge of Shinobi may not be a traditional Batman game, but this point is just way too cool not to include on this list.
Number 7.
And number 8 is their joke entry anyway, so it doesn't matter.
And now for something completely different. As everybody knows, Batman works better alone, so the initial thought of a multiplayer Batman game made us go, what?
It's kind of like Call of Duty meets Team Fortress 2, all set in Gotham City. Amazed? Absolutely. Trampolines and grappling hooks launch you onto rooftops as the Joker square off against the Bats in the goofiest turf war the city has ever seen. It's amazing.
In Gotham City Imposters, it's actually cool to be wearing the hockey pads.
I'm here to. Ah! What the? Ah, what the is this?
Number 6.
You know the cool thing
Still need to try and beat that game.
Batman games back in the day? They were totally unique from each other.
That's true. And when you played The Adventures of Batman and Robin on SNES, you got a completely different game than if you played the Genesis one. The Super Nintendo game had you methodically select which gadgets you wanted to take with you to take down Gotham's biggest criminals, and it was more about careful platforming.
Plus, this version had the grapple gun, and who doesn't love the grapple gun? Nobody.
Number 5.
You know the cool thing about
yeah, Batman
games
Returns.
back in the day? They were totally unique from each other.
That's true. Batman Returns for NES took the form of a side-scrolling beat-em-up in the same vein as the Ninja Turtles games, complete with flying kicks, a super move, and a dash attack.
And like we said earlier, NES sequels are very rarely seen to resemble their predecessors. Case in point, this is Batman 3, the sequel to Return of the Joker.
And if you ever
Stubby
doubt
fingers.
the effectiveness of a bat punch, look no further than right here.
Bitch!
Number 4.
Hey, you know what the cool thing about cross-platform Batman games was back in the day? They were totally unique from each other.
Are you even reading the script that I
Whereas
wrote for
the
you?
Super Nintendo version of Batman and Robin was about gadgets and took a more leisurely pace, on the Genesis, the action gets ramped up tenfold.
In this game, the only gadgets you need are your batarangs and your fists.
We call that Batmaning.
And maybe a Game Genie, because this game won't let you win
Hi.
so easily.
Suck.
Number 3.
That was D&D.
Good.
That was good.
We got a tavern. We're calling
J Rock, what up? On YouTube. Welcome on in.
Hello.
J the ROC, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh man, I was watching clips of Trailer Black Boys on TikTok, and I completely forgot about the episode where J Rock had a DSP pulled on him, where he got caught pulling the bird. Got J Owen.
Oh.
It's like, motherfucker, turn that camera off. I was getting changed, yo. Bubbles is like, oh, he's just pulling his bird. And of course, Corey and Trevor have to ruin everything because they're Corey and Trevor.
I hear ya.
Yeah. I was gonna leave in the comments. I was like, you know what? I leave too many comments on other stuff there, so it's fine. But yeah, we're just getting through the whole Screw Attack top 10s that were lost to time. Hey, only one use of the R word so far. Probably because it was a Craig written script.
You know the cool
The
thing
SNES
about...
version of Batman Returns is one of those games that made you truly wonder why making a good movie tie-in is apparently so hard. When translating Tim Burton's last Batman film into a video game, Konami did what they did best. Make it a Batman beat-em-up.
When you're
Hell
playing
yeah.
in the streets, the game did an outstanding job of making the Cape Crusader look like a beast. I mean, he's strong, he's fearsome, he's brutal. Seriously, throwing bad guys in the walls is like the most satisfying thing in the world.
Number 2.
Oh boy,
Fucking
one of
love
my
this game.
personal favorite NES games just happens to feature the Big Bad Bat. If you played it, you know why. The awesome wall jumping mechanic made for some super tricky jumps that make you just think, nice job, game. You're great.
Trade West was smart when they made this. They realized that #1 priority when making a video game
Trade
adaptation
West?
is making a good game.
Their
not being
sun's
fully
off.
faithful to the character. That's why Bruce uses weapons such as the rocket-firing pistol, the boomerang, the shuriken, and the Batman.
The freaking Batman. Seriously, we're gonna make that joke every single time we talk about the game. Every single time. Because we started that joke in 2006.
and I can't let it go.
Single recap before we hit number 1. Number 10, Lego Batman 2.
Number 9, Batman Return of the Joker.
Number 8, Revenge of Shinobi. It's not a Batman game, but it's cool.
Number 7, Gotham City Imposters.
Number 6, The Adventures of Batman and Robin on the Super Nintendo.
Number 5, Batman Returns for NES.
The Adventures of Batman and Robin on the Genesis is number 4.
Number 3, Batman Returns for Super NES.
And number 2, Batman on the Nintendo Entertainment System.
It's...
Well, I can just interject real quick. Maybe he put Revenge of Shinobi because he couldn't get 10 good Batman games. And 8 is usually their joke one. What about just Batman on Game Boy? Batman on Game Boy, my god, is so good. And so many people sleep on it. Hang time, y'all need to do another sellout stream. I will sell out hard to get you guys to play Batman on Game Boy. Alright.
Number 1.
Why the Borderlands music?
Games that have gone
Weird.
beyond being fantastic on their own and went ahead and perfected the feel of Batman had Arkham in the title. Batman's stealth, brutality, gadgets, and intellect are all present, not to mention the key voice actors from the animated series.
Rest in peace, Kevin.
Almost without a fight. I don't like it.
These games are the ultimate fan service to the die-hard Batman fan.
From Arkham Asylum to Arkham City, your favorite villain is in there somewhere, and Rocksteady Studios did them justice. The Dark Knight's combat style is so much fun to play with, especially when you string together long combos using all his gadgets.
Ultimately, the two games are similar enough that if you saw we put one of them on the list, you would know the other one is coming right after it. And besides, this is our damn list, and if you don't like it, suck it.
You just can't go wrong choosing one or the other. Both Arkham Asylum and Arkham City will put you right in the center of Batman's world and will deliver plenty of wow moments that will remind you not only why you're a fan of Batman, but why you just love being a gamer.
There's nothing wrong with you.
Nice of you to say, but you of all
People should know there's plenty wrong with me. I take my blood. Seriously, wish someone would. It's killing me. Alright, what's next?
Joker, you creepy motherfucker. Hey, guess what? We got a list of 19 reasons why we love Batman on Screw Attack. So if you love Batman like we do, make sure you go to the link in the description and check it out. Right, Nick?
Yeah, this isn't the take.
Why not? This is the time of year when most people are working on their summer bods. But not the fatties you're going to see on this list. And by fatties, I mean larger than regular individuals.
In an industry that glorifies physical
Hey, top 10 fat guys in video games. Sure.
perfection, who's
Those
going
are
to
good times. Hi, honey, over there on Twitch.
Hey, I'm Stuttering Craig.
And I'm Nervous Nick.
For Screw Attack's top 10 fat guys in video games.
Number 10.
You know you've got a body that others recognize when you can do the equivalent of a Who's That Pokemon, and any gamer worth their
It's
salt
Pikachu!
knows exactly who you are.
Imagine Theodore Roosevelt, who was an evil genius instead of the president, flew a spaceship instead of rode a horse, and had some form of weird, bizarre muscular atrophy that only affected his arms and legs, and you basically got Dr. Robotnik. And for all the robot technology he's personally developed, you'd think there'd be like a treadmill in there somewhere. I mean, he makes animals run in treadmills in his robots, and he can't do it? What a dick.
Alternatively, he's also known as Eggman for crying out loud.
No.
If that doesn't say something
I
about his
refuse to
physique
call him
reputation,
Eggman.
nothing does.
Sorry, Gen Zers. He's always Robotnik.
Just because you don't obey your own nutritional rules doesn't mean you can't make others follow them. And I'm looking at you, Doc Lewis.
A
Fatty.
former heavyweight boxing champion, the one who pushed Little Mac to victory against the legendary Mike Tyson, he even created the world-famous Star Punch himself.
And now he eats dark chocolate. Why's it gotta be dark chocolate, Doc? I like strawberry chocolate. What about vanilla? You gotta stick with the dark every single time? Why you gotta be all racist about it? Don't be a racist chocolatier.
Number 8.
You may not remember much about the Lost Vikings, but let me give you a little refresher course. This is Olaf. He's the fat one.
He's fat, and he's also got an awesome shield that blocks everything, acts as a platform for others, and lets him defy the laws of physics by allowing the chunkiest member of the bunch to gently float down for a soft landing.
I mean, forget that stick-figure Captain America shield. Plus, he's got a small shirt that only accentuates his gut. I'd like to rub it.
Number 7.
Now, if you really want to accentuate your gut, you can always ask the Left 4 Dead boomer for some fashion tips. I mean, what kind of shirt stops at your boobs? Brother, that's called a bra.
But the source of the boomer's pudginess isn't fat like your traditional chubby person. He's basically a walking water balloon. But instead of
I haven't played the
vomit.
Left 4 Dead in ages.
Survivors and, you know, makes hordes of zombies eat them alive.
Obviously, the boomer can be a threat, so much so that the government thought it worthwhile to weaponize the boomer bile in Left 4 Dead 2.
If he wasn't so easy to kill, he would have been high on this list.
See, I'm a big ass man in a pea brain world.
Here's somebody you may not know much about. Pigsy from Enslaved Odyssey to the West is an adventurer who builds things out of the junkyard he lives in. High-tech things.
I haven't played this. I've been meaning to play this.
Spencer from Bionic Commando, but a Spencer you'd like to hang out with on a Friday evening.
If your idea of hanging out means eating a ton of food and looking at porn together, then sure.
I don't see the problem with that.
But the most impressive thing about Pigsy is how he was smart enough to construct a plan to take down the government with only 3 people, and it worked.
Yeah, but he had to kill himself to make it
No,
work.
Craig, don't spoil the endings.
They didn't even know who he was to begin with. It's been like 2 years. If you haven't played it now, you're not going to play it anyway.
That's what I said, and when I did it, I got in trouble.
No spoilers, shut up. 2 years, get over it.
Number 5.
K rule.
Well, Pixie's cool, let's face it. Being a crocodile is a lot cooler than being a pig.
And being the king of the pirate crocodiles is even cooler than that.
King K. Rool can use his own girth to drop cannonballs from the sky.
Okay, C40 and C35.
Spoiling games.
1993 called Shut Up.
And even when the credits start rolling, he doesn't care. King K. Rool decides when the game's over.
What a cool, fat motherfucker.
Number 4.
If a very bizarre form of muscular atrophy can explain Dr. Robotnik's build, then how could you possibly give credence to Darunia's?
Muscular arms, pudgy gut. I'd guess that he consumes so much beer that his arms get a killer workout.
They're not called Gorons?
Now, being the big boss of the Gorons by itself is not a bad title to have. But big old Darunia also tried taking down the dragon Volbagia with his bare hands. It doesn't matter that he failed, just the fact that he attempted it straight up.
I'm sorry. Okay. Regular Gorons? Sure. I'll put them in with the fat dudes. The stage here, I forget his name again. He's not a fat dude. I'm sorry. We are not lumping them in the same one. He is a big, meaty man.
Big, meaty man slapping meat.
Sorry, Craig. You are wrong on this. Was this number 8? Is this the joke one? I feel like it's not the joke one, but still.
Or just full-blown stupidity, but all the same, just because the Goron King has some weight on him doesn't mean he's not an amazing dancer.
I love it when he dances. Just look at him go, it makes me laugh.
You sound like an old man when you laugh like that.
Number 3.
This is one fat dude who doesn't follow the fat dude rules. Despite his size, Rufus from Street Fighter 4 is actually a speed character.
Complete with annoying dive kicks, no less. But regardless, Rufus is still something of elite form
Foot
for
dive,
people
foot dive.
everywhere, just for breaking the stereotype of all large characters being slow heavy hitters.
He also broke another fighting game stereotype. Fighting games in particular are known for being more, shall we say, jiggly than other genres. But when it comes to the bouncy bounce, Rufus, yeah, he takes the cake.
And the other cake, and the other cake, and the other cake.
Number 2.
Oh, where's my Scott Steiner? Damn
The
it.
world's #1 portly plumber is the gamer's champion. How cool is it that gaming's golden boy wasn't some ripped macho man? Mario wasn't afraid of his flabbiness.
And then out of nowhere came
Oh, okay, so you got Wario.
skinnier than the
Because I was hearing
finals he jumped to.
Ashley.
When his waistline expands, it just means
God.
he's more powerful, baby.
One of those Wario songs I don't like is the Ashley song.
His flatulence, his farts, his boom boom at his box.
Wario's lust for food is only outmatched by his desire for more money that he spends on things like motorcycles. Which he just eats anyway, so I guess he does like to eat more.
I think that bears repeating. Wario eats motorcycles. Do you see why he's number 2? Let's just move on to the countdown. Number 10, Dr. Robotnik.
Number 9, Doc Lewis.
Number 8, Olaf.
Number 7, the Boomer.
Number 6, Pigsy.
Number 5, King K. Rool.
Number 4, Darunia.
Number 3, Rufus.
And number 2,
Darunia.
motorcycle eating
You were not
Wario.
fat.
The dude eats motorcycles.
It's number 1.
Snorlax?
An entire country's economy is being crippled due to inner-city trade being put to a halt. Entire cities are inaccessible. Nobody can get in, nobody can get out. And anybody who tries only runs into the same problem as the last guy. There's a giant blob of a being blocking a three-way road.
Snorlax does exactly two things in its life: eat and sleep. Eat and sleep. It absolutely will not move except to do one of those two things, unless you happen to be playing a very catchy tune. What is it with video game facts and music? I have
41.
no idea, Craig. That's funny, Nick.
Snorlaxes are capable of eating and digesting anything that exists. In fact, they somehow consume 900 pounds every single day. And what goes in must come out.
You're talking about poop, Nick. I got it. Yes, poop. Once you capture Snorlax, you captured a very powerful creature, capable of healing itself by doing what it does best. Plus, in the Smash Brothers games, as soon as you saw that sucker pop out of a Pokeball, your #1 priority for the next 3 seconds was move, 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 get out the way, get out, move, 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 move.
Obviously, we haven't been ordering this list from fat to fattest necessarily, but even if it were, Snorlax could possibly still make a solid #1. Or #2. All over the place. Poop jokes.
Why is it always gonna be about poop, Nick?
Because that's how you wrote it, Craig. Don't act like you didn't write this shit. All right, we got here. Top 10 educational games. Okay, this is going to be a full nervous Nick one, I can tell.
Learning. No gamer likes it. Scratch that. No gamer likes being educated when all they want is entertainment. But there are just enough exceptions that we've got 10 that are actually, they're kind of pretty okay. Hey, I'm Nervous Nick for Screw Attack's Top 10 Educational Games.
Number 10.
So I've got a math problem for you. What is Mega Hit Arcade franchise plus learning? If you answered the worst selling NES launch game, you would be correct. I would have also accepted Donkey Kong Jr. math. On the one hand, you could praise this game for having as much of an arcadey feel as it did, but that was also its biggest problem. You would get better, faster gameplay out of a paper and pencil. And look at DK Jr. himself. Even he's not happy about it. Junior, I know what you're thinking. This game's not that bad. You don't need to kill yourself.
In Minecraft.
Number 9.
Welcome to 3D Dinosaur Adventure. Get ready. Put your 3D glasses on.
If you want to quickly win over a kid to the idea of learning about stuff, you're not going to go wrong by making that stuff dinosaurs. Knowledge Adventure used your Packard Bell computer or DOS operating system to take you on an adventure filled with dinosaurs in 3D. Easily the coolest part of the game. Now, as much as I liked learning about dinosaurs, learning how to read big words like Styracosaurus or Coelophysis was even more valuable. It's just too bad that for something that calls itself an educational game, there's just not a whole lot of actual game to it.
Number 8.
For all of you viewers out there looking for a college to attend, pack up your belongings, move to Indiana, and pay $33 grand in tuition to attend Wabash College because they have this one course that has a video game as part of its curriculum. Well, you only play it for like 1 day out of the year, but still, you're playing Portal. Now, I myself have jumped through plenty of holes, searched for cake, and destroyed tyrannical AI systems more times than I can count, and I have no idea what I learned. But Professor Abbott, aka Brainy Gamer, sure seems to think that
You don't trust computer AI?
Not enough for us.
Number 7.
Hey, Word Man, what's up?
Number Munchers for DOS is one of the few computer games that you could commonly find in pretty much any grade school computer lab. And I think that's the reason it's also so
Hey, it's
fun to
Progear's
remember.
community.
Even if by
It's
comparison,
kind of weird that he
it doesn't play
like
as much like a
plays
normal
this
game,
random
it does
game and he's
something
like, all right, that's what my that's what my Twitter community is, or my Twitch community is gonna be called.
Coyote Roadrunner style cartoons. You remember the one where that guy was
Okay, those are
incinerated
done.
alive in a giant fireball? Those are great.
Number 6. The typing of the dead.
Just because a game's goal is to teach, that doesn't mean that a couple thousand zombies can't die in the process, right? When Sega reskinned House of the Dead 2 to make it a typing tutor, they not only made the game, I would argue, more interesting than its predecessor, but it taught you a valuable skill set for today's technology-centered world. Did Mario let you blast holes through the living dead when he taught you to type? I don't think so.
Number 5.
You know that feeling of accomplishment that you get when you build something from scratch? That's what Gizmos and Gadgets was all about. It's a problem-solving game, but you get to solve the problems by building machines. You learn about electricity, force, balance, magnetics, machines, gears, and energy, and apply what you learn to making and improving your racing vehicle. That's flippin' awesome!
Number 4.
When it comes to being a figure in the edutainment world, Rita Rabbit has been in the game for a long time.
I've never played any of these games because it was kind of beyond my time, but I sold a lot of these when I used to work at Toys R Us, like when they actually sold PC games. Like, these things were hot cakes. Like, parents bought the shit out of these things, so if they're...
Like, he's even older than me. Reader Rabbit is like an all-around teaching tool at that level of cartooniness that makes it appealing to kids. But I don't quite get why he's just called Reader Rabbit, you know? Because he spends so much time teaching you, like, fractions and shapes and math.
Don't you talk shit about Reader Rabbit.
I'm not!
Don't do it, Nick. There's a reason why I can't ever let you talk to him by yourself. Don't you talk shit about Reader Rabbit. Ah!
Hey, is somebody talking shit about Reader Rabbit?
Number 3.
Here, play this.
Speaking of cartoony, who could forget Blasternaut and Spot? Only these guys would be so busy dancing and doing math problems that they couldn't be bothered to notice that their spaceship was about to crash on the pedophile planet. But the
I played it.
says everything we like about Number Munchers except, well, it's done better. Doing math problems actually does things like controlling your ship or shooting lasers. Let me say that again. This game has math-powered laser beams.
The only way off this planet is
It is C20 and C22.
Not much of a problem solver, are you?
Number 2.
If you ask any kid to drop their video game and do their geography homework, the best response I think you're gonna get is, but if you disguise it as a game in which they get to be top secret agents hunting down the greatest thief in the entire world, then holy shnikes, you got yourself Carmen San Diego. It's so rare when an educational game can become as popular as Carmen San Diego did. I mean, we got a game show, a Saturday morning action cartoon, and supposedly it's being adapted into a movie starring Jennifer Lopez. And that's gonna be a hunt for a whole other kind of booty.
Watch your back.
Oh, let's learn how to count backwards with a very educational recap. Number 10, Donkey Kong Jr. Math. Number 9, Dinosaur Adventure 3D. Number 8, Portal. Number 7, Number Munchers. Number 6, Typing of the Dead. Number 5, Gizmos and Gadgets. Number 4, Reader Rabbit. Number 3, Math Blaster. And number 2, Where in the World is Carmen San Diego?
It's...
How's everyone doing tonight?
Part history, part geography, part economics, part medicine.
So, again, full disclosure. We are Canadian up here at the Serve Club. Obviously, you can tell. It's part of our motif. As far as I know, like, most schools in Canada did not supply or play the Oregon Trail. I did not know about it until coming out of high school, going into college. And, like, because we had a U.S. exchange student. I think that's the first time I heard about it. It was like, oh, yeah, we played the Oregon Trail. What did you guys play? I'm like... we played Cross Country Canada, which I guess is like the same thing, but like, you know, you would take a truck from one city to the next. You had to figure out what the cargo was, which city took it, and the quickest route to get there while managing all this stuff. Also, don't pull off the side of the road. If you do, make sure you lock your truck or else you'll get stabbed by a hobo. There's that.
Add it all together and you get none other than the Oregon Trail. You are taken back to the middle of the 19th century and you must survive all the dangers that the American pioneers faced moving west. Wildlife, weather, disease, terrain. Playing the Oregon Trail wasn't just an entertaining game, it was an experience. Hunt wildlife, go to trading posts, bury your dead.
Get dysentery.
Detailed game of strategy.
That's the meme, right? Dysentery.
Can you believe that our virtual family members have been dying of dysentery for 40 years? We still have no idea what dysentery is, but since it's been going strong for so many years, it'll hit that nostalgic bone for practically anybody who views this video, now and in the future. So kudos to you, Oregon Trail, for educating and entertaining gamers for generations.
I think there's a game kind of like the Oregon Trail, but also Canadian. It's like, what was it, Death Road to Canada? But it was like you're escaping the zombie apocalypse to Canada. Because I guess zombies can't exist in Canada. I don't know. God damn, that piece is hard to get in there. All right. What we got next? Top 10 gamer costumes. Oh, God. This is gonna be hell.
It's Halloween season, so let's talk costumes. You're probably gonna go out as a video game character, but why go out as something stale and boring like Mario or Master Chief? How about going out as something new and original this year? You know, based on a game that's been released since last Halloween? Yeah, that's right. We'll give it fashion tips now. Hey, I'm Stuttering Craig for Screw Attack's Top 10 Gamer Halloween Costumes for 2012.
Number 10.
Our number 10 should be fairly easy to do. All you need is a razor, a Hawaiian shirt, a bottle of booze, and a surly attitude. While Max Payne may not be the easiest for a non-gamer to
Starks I fell in 3 years. I imagine Canada would erect a wall to keep out the zombies.
Look at this little fucker from Orb. This game was so overlooked this summer. Man, was it fun. While you won't be able to teleport, chances are you are going to get touched by a lot of girls because you are so damn cute in this game.
I don't remember this game.
Help a brother out.
Number 8.
The bunny is a common Halloween costume. Lame? Absolutely. How about you get a little creativity in there and make that bunny into the Prince of Hell? Ash from Hell Yeah is incredibly simple. You just get yourself that giant rabbit suit, make some giant yellow eyes, and give him a yellow rubber ducky, and you are good to go. And who doesn't love evil bunnies from hell?
Number 7.
All right, ladies, here you go. Unlike most Halloween costumes, this one allows you to maintain your dignity while dressing as a character from one of the biggest games of the year. And dressing as a siren from Borderlands 2 should be fairly easy. All you need is a skin-tight spandex outfit that'll push your boobs up to your neck in a short wig. Oh, but Craig, I want to dress like a slut. This is Halloween after all. All right, I got something for you a little bit later.
Number 6.
Fez.
Oh, they got the new
Super
graphics.
easy. You just dress in all white and put a Fez hat on. Bam, you are welcome.
Can I dress as the creator? I'll give myself ugly sideburns and tell everyone I see to, Minecraft themselves. And tell my co-creator that I'm gonna, push him down the dirt and, stab him in the face and I'm going to kick him and kill him and murder. Just give me my motherfucking game Kali Tabarnaki steel in Minecraft, of course. Yeah, I hate Philfish. Yeah, this piece is a little tough.
On the other hand, I have no idea how to do this one, but this dude just looks cool. Asura is just one badass MFer, and if you do find a way to pull off this costume for Halloween, I'd love to see it. Send me a tweet.
Number 4.
The generic pimp outfit is a big winner every year for Halloween. Tons of guys just throw this crappy $60 Party City costume on without a second thought. Well, how about you add a little video game to it and be Zemos from Saints Row the Third? All you gotta do is have a giant dildo in your hand and download the latest auto-tune app to your smartphone, and you're pretty much good to go.
Number 3.
To fully pull off Brayman, you gotta be pretty hardcore. And I am not suggesting you go out there and chop off the area between your hips and feet and your hands and shoulders. Now, what I am suggesting is you go as an even more fringe character, Glowbox from Rayman Origins. Not only are you repping one of the best and overlooked games in years, if you really screw up the costume, you'll still look kind of like a retarded Cookie Monster.
2.
Number 2.
Hey, ladies, remember you keeping your respect and dressing like a siren from Borderlands? Well, throw that out the window because we know it's Halloween and it's your excuse to dress like a skank for a night. Your savior is here.
That's so sad that I imagine the
Not only do you get to dress
lollipop.
as a slutty cheerleader,
Hang on. I need to get this out. I got a feeling that Lollipop might be the ones. If they can't license that song for Lollipop Chainsaw, something's wrong. Like, yeah, I can imagine, oh, Mickey, maybe. But, like, not to hear Lollipop, Lollipop, oh, lolly, lolly, lolly in the menu music while you're shopping, that's going to be travesty. By the way, I'm going to go through Lollipop Chainsaw on 360 before the remake comes out. Just because I kind of want to, like, see the differences between the two. And plus, too, like, Lollipop Chainsaw is so good, I haven't played it in a long time.
you can throw your boobs in people's face all night. You also get to carry around a chainsaw, which is good for
Jesus. Okay, I think we can agree that, like, yeah, 2012, like, mega slut. Just, for fuck's sakes, have some goddamn dignity, Craig.
But if you really want to go skank, you can dress in her shell swimsuit. That'll make your night a real success. Think of a better person to dress as this year than Slender Man. This creepy mofo pretty much covers all your bases in that it's really easy to make. All you need is a suit and one of those full-body white spandex things, and it's scary as shit to little kids. Oh shit! They don't even have to know that he.
Hey, remember Trailer Drake? Yeah, me either.
Shit. And isn't that exactly what you want from a Halloween costume?
Oh shit, I'm trapped. Oh shit, I'm trapped. Oh fuck! Oh fuck! God damn it!
Happy Halloween, everybody!
Oh, that was it? No other countdown? Okay. I think I need a little context here, because now my thing with Trailer Drake is just I don't think he's a really good content creator. It's kind of such thing, and I don't know if his thing's about comic books now or anything, but what was the beef with him and the G1s? I swear to God, it was it may have stemmed from after the SGC Kickstarter, he live streamed for an extra couple of hours trying to get himself over. Was that the thing? Like he was trying to make his name on his own before he left so that he would have a following when he left. If anyone in chat knows, please tell me. It's a bit of like G1 lore that I'm not very privy to, but I only had a passing info on. All right, what we got next?
See this and other GT shows and game reviews on the GT Originals iOS app, available now on the App Store.
When we couldn't figure out video players back in 2012, we needed to have an app. Everything had an app. Then most people just realized, oh, I'm just gonna watch this on YouTube. Oh, okay. All right, get closed in there.
It's the start of the holiday season, and we're off with a bang with the release of two of the biggest games of the year, Black Ops 2 and Halo 4.
But let's say you don't care about either.
Fucking fuck, because we were supposed to finish the fight in 2007. Why'd you make a sequel? Where? Shut up.
Either of those. We've got 10 games that can easily occupy your time.
The only rule, the game has to be out today, as in right now. So, hey, I'm Stuttering Craig.
And I'm Nervous Nick.
For Screw Attack's top 10 games to play besides Halo 4 and Black Ops 2.
Number 10.
How have you not played a game with the parkour of Assassin's Creed, the combat of Batman Arkham Asylum, and the open world of Grand Theft Auto, all in the style of a kung fu movie? How have you not done it? It's like the biggest aspects of some of today's biggest games all rolled up into one.
If that's not enough reason to get you into Sleeping Dogs, then I offer up this
Oh, wow, it's that old?
Grinding people's faces off with an AC unit.
Oh, yes! If only the camera didn't suck.
Number 9.
After 16 years, Nintendo and Game Freak have finally run out of colors and gems to name their Pokemon games after, and have added a number to the end, like regular people do.
But being a direct sequel does have its advantages. Taking place 2 years after the first Black and White, it was kind of cool to see how the world and its inhabitants had changed since you last saw them, even though a lot of the world you explored was the exact same thing you just played.
Then again, even though they're fun games, Pokemon has pretty much felt like the exact same thing for the last 16 years.
Following this gaming generation's motto...
Then why didn't you put it on the top 10 franchises that need to die? Said the same thing about fucking Call of Duty. What do I know?
To a T. Make the same game, but different.
Number 8.
Why worms? Why not worms?
The best in 2D multiplayer strategy warfare, or whatever you want to call this type of game.
The worms genre. Just call it the worms genre.
Sure, that. It's back again, and this time with loads more customization. And who doesn't love worms with mustaches? If you don't, you're a fucking Nazi.
Oh. That, escalated quickly.
Fucking A!
Multiplayer is where these games have always shown the brightest, and if you want your options to be as full as they can be, you're not gonna go wrong with whatever the most recent entry is. And right now, that's Worms Revolution. Craig, stop screaming when I'm trying to do my voiceover!
Mustaches!
Number 7.
So Skyrim is wait, Skyrim? Really? Skyrim?
Yep.
Even though it came out like over a year ago.
Yep. You aren't done with Skyrim. You will never truly be done with Skyrim. In fact, you're about to be even less done with Skyrim with the Dragonborn DLC coming out soon, not to mention Hearthfire and Dawnguard if you haven't played those.
I guess there's always that one more dragon to kill and one more quest to complete.
Eh?
You're working on,
Wing Gundam.
You.
Yeah. Sure.
I'll probably taste some
which to avoid.
Like
It's
I
not a
start considering someday we'll have to close the windows upstairs. It's starting to get a little colder at night.
Okay.
How many games about shooting things get praised for their writing as much as Borderlands 2? I'm gonna guess none.
Anthony Birch, you crazy fuzzy bearded man. You are a genius. If you haven't played this yet, you're missing one of the funniest games.
How many of these hot dogs I have to put in?
Mentioning how much fun you have looking
All
for
of them.
Easter eggs and the
All
secrets.
the hot dogs.
Billions of guns.
And the dubstep. Cue the Internet Explorer commercial.
God, that unlocked something in my brain. Oh God, I think we made fun of that song so much. We put a lot of James Hetfield in there, like some hell. Okay, 6, 20, and a C. Okay.
Common misconception: all we do is play video games for a living at Screw Attack.
Mm-hmm.
There are people who do exactly that with Diablo 3.
Play your cards right to acquire the good items, and you can actually sell them off to other people through the auction house. Yes, you can actually be playing this game as normal, and a piece of code will fall on your lap, which you can then sell to somebody online for $80. Somebody out there is willing to split with the better part of a Benjamin for something that doesn't even exist. That is retarded. But I totally...
Number 3. I should have that sounds terrible. I don't think I should do it, but like I should have that counter somewhere, like an actual counter. But we're almost done with this top 10 playlist, so
Get it. If you're just a regular old Diablo player like the rest of the world, you'll still walk away having played a worthy successor to a PC classic.
Number 4.
I am never going to get tired of games that look like cartoons. I especially like it when they're cartoons that get bloody. And then again, that's no surprise coming from the makers of Shank.
This game's got a lot of charm to it, from the way you hide behind pots to the way you chop bad guys in half. I'm so charmed right now.
oh, Mark of the Ninja.
Charming.
I didn't care for Mark of the Ninja. That's just me though.
Charm, motherfucker!
Mark of the Ninja, if you haven't played it, is the
3-3.
must-play downloadable game.
Except for...
Number 3.
If you haven't been keeping track of the indie gaming world, Fez is one that you cannot miss.
It's one of those games with an idea that's so creative, you always want to see how much further the concept goes. By rotating the level around you, you can bridge gaps in an instant, turn solid walls into platforms, and discover new platforms you didn't even know were there.
It's a brilliant idea, pulled off with brilliance. And hey, put this thing up on the 3DS eShop and you've got yourself a match made in heaven.
Number 2.
Did that ever come out in 3DS?
The role of XCOM
I don't think so.
has easily been a first-person shooter.
As it almost was. Or still is. I don't know, we have no idea.
But XCOM veterans have
Hey,
much to
Spoony.
be thankful for in XCOM Enemy Unknown. It's an example of how a game with an old-school feel can benefit from the technology of today. Here,
Also, hey, Eric.
strategy is king.
You know, gunplay is something that's so common in gaming nowadays that I'm sure a lot of you guys out there would say that you're sick of them. But allow us to respectfully disagree and point to XCOM as a game that has guns, but feels oh so fresh. Craig's gonna tell a dirty joke. Here he is.
Like those feminine products your mom uses. She feels fresh afterward.
Not funny. Dickens mouth.
There. Saved you.
It's in the commercials. Let's do a recap before we get to number 1. Number 10, Silent Dogs.
They're
Sleeping dogs,
sleeping.
They're silent.
Number 9, Pokemon Black and White 2.
Number 8, Worms Revolution.
Number 7, Skyrim.
Number 6, Borderlands 2.
Number 5, Diablo 3.
Number 4, Mark Oda Ninja.
Number 3, Fez.
Number 2, XCOM.
Craig can count. Where
I don't
did
know where
8
I don't
come
know where
from?
that came from.
It's number 1.
When you enlist the designer and creative director of Deus Ex, the visual design director of Half-Life 2, and get funding from Bethesda, you are just asking for something top-notch.
And also for Craig to get really excited. Stealth, action, something in between. Play through Dishonored's industrial environments however you like. It's sad to say, but this is one that seems to have gone unnoticed on a lot of people's radars. Even sadder when it's yet another new IP that gets overshadowed by sequels.
Damn it! And on top of that, We're over here looking at this game as a Game of the Year contender. We really dig the short-range teleportation and the way that the path at the end of each level isn't set in stone. You can reach it as brutally.
We, as in my colleagues, not I.
As you choose.
Is this Donkey Kong Country? I'm not interested.
Okay? Shut up, bitch.
Halo and COD are probably the biggest games you're going to see this season, and there's a good bet that you're going to play at least one of them. But once you've given those some time, show the world that you like new games and play yourself some Dishonored.
Because if you don't, they won't make sequels for you to buy that will overshadow new IPs later on.
Okay, I think we're almost done. I think. Yeah, there's two more. There's two more. Oh my god, we're almost done. Honestly, he's just getting more insufferable by the minute. It's. Please let this end.
Nintendo Power is officially dead. That makes me so sad, because do you remember when you'd wait for weeks, days, just waiting for this thing to get in the mail? When you finally got it, you just absorbed it from beginning to back cover. No matter what was inside it, it didn't matter. Because this thing, if you were a child from the 80s or 90s, was your video game Bible. So to send you off in style, this is our personal love letter to you, Nintendo Power. Hey, I'm stuttering correct. For Screw Attack's top 10 reasons we love Nintendo Power.
Number 10.
Now, the first thing that greeted you every single issue was this, the Player's Pulse. It was kind of like the letters to the editor section, except this one allowed you to see how other kids your age related to Nintendo Power just like you. Just for fun, let's just read some of these stories. Dad said we can get a Super NES if we all get along for 30 days. He already has it, but it's in the garage attic. He'll even cut it down to 20 days if we do well. I have two brothers who always fight, so I doubt we'd get it. Chris Pinkin, Allergen, Michigan. Chris, love to see if you got that Super Nintendo. The Super NES opinion poll. I owned a Genesis for a year, but I played my NES more because I wasn't impressed with the so-called next generation. I purchased the Super Nintendo and found the real next generation. There's no comparison. ActRaiser's like playing a classical CD, and the Mode 7 action in Pilot Wings is incredible. Give it up, Genesis. Charlie Doulier from Moreno Valley, California. That's a pro player right there. Nintendo head. Fanboy.
Number 9.
If you're worth your weight as any Nintendo Power fan, you know that Howard and Nestor are amazing. Now, when Howard left the company, it later became Nestor's Adventure, but what a lot of people don't realize is that there were also some other great comics in Nintendo Power. Like this 15-page Legend of Zelda Link to the Past blowout. I mean, 15 pages based off the game? That's amazing. One of the Super Mario Adventures where Mario and Peach are going to get married, only to be foiled by Bowser, which later finds out that Luigi likes to dress in drag.
Number 8.
Okay.
The world is infatuated with celebrities, and Nintendo Power caters to you. It's so great. They have their celebrity profile area, which allows you to see what your favorite stars are doing, like Eddie Furlong from Terminator 2, Jaleel White, who you may recognize as Urkel from Family Matters, and, of course, Marshall Warfield, the sharp-tongued courtroom bailiff Roz from the comedy Night Court. Let's see what her favorite game is. Mario 3, of course. I've given up trying to get through World 8. And forget about trying to find the princess. I don't think she really exists. Marshall Warfield. Night Court.
Number 7.
If you're a video game player, chances are you like tips and tricks. And you know what? Nintendo Power had their own area for top secrets. It was called Classified Information. We got so many tips like, hey, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, password placement. Hey, I want to go back inside a castle on Super Mario Brothers. You know what? You can. That's right. Or you want to make a lot of money on Super Off-Road? You can do that because I have well, you could because you have classified information. You get all the information right here. It's so great. Then the internet came and ruined it. Internet, you killed Nintendo Power. You killed this. Darkwing Duck.
Number 6.
Okay.
Now, prior to the internet and communicating via Twitter and Facebook and all social media and stuff and email, you had to actually communicate via something called snail mail, which actually involved putting a letter in an envelope and sending it to Nintendo Power if you had a question.
What's that email? Regular, I don't know.
Over time, people started drawing things like Mario or Mega Man characters on their envelopes and sending it in. And you know what? Nintendo Power featured this in their magazine. It was amazing. And do you know whose artwork was never featured? Yours. You worked so hard on it every single month, and you sent it in. And you know who never featured it? Nintendo Power. It was like every single month you were waiting for it, but Nintendo Power just kicked you in your little boy balls over and over again every single month. You just wait. Oh yeah, here it comes. It's gonna come. I'm gonna be featured. Yay, it's gonna be so great.
Number 5.
People love to see what's
You
the
really
best.
thought all of his jokes were that fucking funny, huh?
You want to see what number 1 is? Well, every single month, Nintendo Power showed off their top 20 or top 30 games for each console. And you know what? This is awesome. Look at this. Super Mario Bros. 3 was the top game on the NES for 34 months. And this
Didn't know that was on screen there. Sorry.
Can you imagine one game in this day and age being the number 1 game at all for like 3 months? Times have changed.
Yeah, because there's tons more games and other consoles to play, my bro.
Is the only reason I'm subscribed to Nintendo Power. Really, they gave this game to me, and only me, and 500,000 other people who subscribed to Nintendo Power for the first time. It was awesome. And all the freebies you got with Nintendo Power, whether it was Dragon Warrior or Smashing Live, the CD that featured all the Super Smash Bros. Melee music on it, was amazing. Who doesn't love free stuff? And Nintendo Power hooked us up.
Number 3.
That's what I'm talking about. This right here, the poster that came in pretty much all the issues of Nintendo Power. Everyone loved these things. You just tear them right out, put them on your wall. It was great. I mean, come on. You're just reading on through, checking out the latest news on Gremlins 2, the new batch. But what's this? Oh my gosh, it's a poster for Bart versus the Space Mutants. I need to buy this game. Oh!
Number 2.
The first thing you see, the very first thing you see on Nintendo Power is the cover. And it was always a big deal to see what game was going to be on the cover, because you knew it was going to be a good game. Most of the time. The cover art to Nintendo Power is symbolic. So when the final issue came with a poster that showed every single cover, I could almost chart my entire life from
I wonder if I still have that poster. I have the last issue Nintendo Power. I don't know if I have the poster still.
All the way to right here. It's amazing. This is like my life on about 24 inches by 16.
It's number 1.
The number 1 thing Nintendo Power has going for it is that no matter what, if you play Nintendo even just for a little bit, you have an emotional connection to that magazine. I mean, sometimes it's great just to stop down and see in an old issue like what the greatest new thing is coming for the new 16-bit console, or what the new game is, or to see Brian Sellers' killer mustache and smile from Baltimore, Maryland. What's up, Brian Sellers? Look, in this crazy world of nonstop information and tweeting and Facebook, just everything coming at you so fast, it's good just to stop down and read a magazine and be a kid again. Nintendo Power, thank you for 285 issues of great memories.
These little ones are hard to get on. Okay, last one on the playlist, and then we gotta switch to something else here.
Something about levels involving water that makes many a gamer go, ugh. In fact, we've actually given you the 10 worst. But once the winter months roll in and that water turns to solid form, you've got yourself an entirely new, somewhat more tolerable trope of video game design, commonly referred to as the snow level. The 10 you see here, despite their chilly appearances, actually warm our hearts. Hey, I'm Nervous Nick for Screw Attack's Top 10 Snow Levels.
Number 10.
Ask any gamer which Mario Kart is the best, and if they're blinded by nostalgia like I am, they'll tell you Mario Kart 64. This kart racing classic brought us 2 winter wonderlands with Sherbet Land and Frappe Snowland. But let's be honest here, that snowman minefield, nah. Everybody hates that about Frappe Snowland. And besides, Sherbet Land has penguins. A cave of penguins. Careening around corners, dodging flightless birds made you feel like a pro by the time you came out the other side of that cave. Much more so than avoiding immobile snow people. There's a reason Sherbet Land made a return for Mario Kart Wii.
Number 9.
And speaking of feeling like a pro, driving past penguins just can't compare to the stuff you do in World 4 of Super Mario Bros. 2. Let me just describe what happens in chronological order. First, you pull a rocket ship out of the ground. That's it. I could just stop right there. World 4 would be plenty justified for number 9. But then you go into Matrix dodge an onslaught of bees armed with forks. Does it stop there? No. Another rocket ship out of the ground, and there are now whales with vegetables growing out of their backs. Super Mario Bros. 2. World 4.
There's the joke.
We have no idea where this basic Windows 3.1 freeware takes place, but the ski-free mountain is a pretty interesting place. Step back for a second. Step way, way back. What in the holy crap is going on? You've got walking trees, peeing dogs, skiers getting flattened, and 2 man-eating yetis at the bottom. We don't know where this place is or what it's even called, but technically, the whole game is a snow level. A snow level where in the early 90s, all of us have killed some time. And a few skiers.
Number 7.
Leave it to Sonic the Hedgehog to start a level with a bang. In Sonic 3, the 5th zone starts off like, oh my gosh, I'm snowboarding! Snowboards, yeah! Soaring through the slopes and slaloms, there's nothing that can stop you now except for that wall of ice. And okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ice Cap Zone. Home of swingy platforms, robot penguins, iceberg surfing, and some of the best music in all of Sonic history.
Number 6.
TMNT 2 for NES, as you may know, was a port of the 1989 arcade classic. But it was inferior in every single way due to technological restrictions.
New bag.
Konami opted to give gamers 2
Jibbo.
levels the arcade
They're just a
version
penguin!
never got. A really long and annoying dojo level, and of course, a snow level. Scene 3 featured the worst hailstorm you can possibly imagine, foot soldiers who have successfully weaponized snowballs, and robot snowmen with heat-seeking missiles. But the coolest thing about it was that it acted like an extra subplot of the Turtles' adventure, which was exclusive to the NES, by the way, in which you save New York from this massive snowstorm. And how do you do it? By fighting a polar bear greaser at the end. How else?
Number 5.
Alright. A40.
Mario's first foray into the third dimension brought us to 2 wintry worlds,
Ooh.
but only one of them had sliding penguins,
Oh
mama
shit.
penguins,
Didn't
baby
realize the chat was going that
penguins,
high.
big baby penguins, and real baby penguins that you can throw off of a cliff. Plus, it's a good location for doing the Green Demon Challenge. Activate the chasing one up, get all 8 red coins and a star before the mushroom gets you. Over a decade and a half later, it's one of the best.
Yeah, we're starting to get
revisit the mountain.
Number 4.
Open up the one with the headpieces, so I gotta be careful not to lose those.
Oh, but Mario 64 doesn't know crap about mountains compared to the Elder Scrolls. And I'm not talking about that mountain. Keep moving. Bingo. The almighty throat of the world.
As long as this is not playing Whiterun, I'm fine.
Mountain is not a short one. 7,000 steps.
Sorry, but the DSP detractors have ruined Whiterun for me.
Then you still aren't anywhere near the peak. Fight through the harsh winds and the aggressive wildlife, and you just might survive long enough to find yourself standing in the presence of the dragons atop the highest point not just in Skyrim, but in all of Tamriel. That's right, chilling out with dragons. And yet, I would still sooner pick a fight with a dragon than I would with a graybeard.
Number 3.
Not even Mega
I need to get another Mega Man model kit.
Greatest games is immune to the snow
X
level
needs a
syndrome.
X needs a
Early in
dance
the Chill
partner.
Penguin stage, you get the coolest, most useful upgrade in the entire game, the dash. Coolest, that is, if you don't count Hadouken, obviously. It's like going skiing everywhere you go. And how fitting is it that you got it on the snow level? And of course, there's that giant robot suit that you can commandeer to make everything explode with a single punch. Apparently, penguins are just the thing to put in all ice and snow levels, because of all the penguins you've already seen in the levels on this list, there is none more slick, more awesome, or more deadly than the one that awaits you beyond this door. Chill Penguin breathes out ice sculptures of himself and hangs on a hook from the ceiling while he calls in a blizzard from absolutely nowhere. Plus, when you beat him, he gives you a shotgun that shoots balls of ice so you can take the snow to every level. Just awesome.
Number 2.
You don't want to do this, Freeze.
You don't have to play Batman Arkham City.
Bren Renoro, or you will die.
The coldest point in town, and you all know
Bubble Man.
exactly who that leads you to. Victor Freeze. After you're forced to help him get his suit and freeze ray back, of course there's only one thing that's about to happen. An all-out battle with one of the game's most powerful adversaries. Mr. Freeze at his most powerful forces you to think, to get creative. This guy learns from every hit he takes and eliminates every method of attacking you use on him. Surprise him from the floor vents below? Nuh-uh, not happening again. For once, Batman is the one in the most danger. For this reason, it was one of the most memorable boss battles in the entire game. There's only one snow level that can top any of those, but before we get there, let's do a recap. Number 10, Sherbet Land. Number 9, World 4 from Mario 2. Number 8, Ski Free Mountain. Number 7, Ice Cap Zone. Number 6, the NES exclusive Scene 3. Number 5, Cool Cool Mountain. Number 4, The Thor of the World. Number 3, Chill Penguin Stage. And
let's try
number
another
2,
one here.
The Battle Against Mr. Freeze.
It's number 1.
The first level is always one of the most important in an entire game, if not the most important. That's why Green Hill Zone or World 1-1 are so ingrained in the back of our minds. It's a little gutsy to put a snow level as the beginning of a game, but in Star Wars Shadows of the Empire, that's exactly what they did.
John Williams is gonna claim my ass.
Orchestral soundtrack hyping you up. You join the fight against the Empire, taking out drones, AT-STs, and oh my gosh, I get to tie up the AT-AT walkers just like the movie! Not only does it strike up memories of the films, but just tying up the AT-ATs in and of itself is a really cool way to take down an enemy. Think for a moment just how cool that is to do it in a video game. So many other developers would probably just have you shoot a weak spot when it's exposed, but actually tripping up an enemy to take them down is so much more exhilarating. Because of
that got him.
The Battle of Hoth.
I see a wedge. Good work.
First, when we think Shadows of the Empire.
But then turn it off there because the N64 is crap. Bad game design, bad graphics. Like, oh my god. I hate fucking, like, internet reviewers are just like, the Nintendo 64 was never good. It gave me Mario 64 and Shadows of the Empire. You could all die in a fire. May no one remember your name. Man, these things are tricky. All right. And GoldenEye. Yeah, GoldenEye. Oh, people will tell you that GoldenEye was never good. All right, 10:30. I don't have the playlist ready. Let me see if I can find. Yeah, No Mercy. Yeah. That's it for the playlist. That's that guy's curated playlist of all the old Screw Attack top 10s that are gone. Oh. Hello, Tom Campbell did a love letter to No Mercy a while back. Yeah. Let me see if I can find a different one, because I know there was some that we missed. I don't want to restart the thing again, because then, you know, early days, we're just gonna get a bunch of R words again. Oh. Okay, I found one that has newer stuff on it. So we can probably watch this. Did we, top 10 douchebags, sidekicks, worst combat characters, Halo, Call of Duty, top games of 2011, top 10 worst fighting games. A lot of these has like Spanish stuff on here. That's fine. All right, I'll play this one. If there's some stuff that we've seen before, it's fine. Just trying to get this piece on for fuck's sakes.
The NES has a reputation for being the home of some of the most ridiculous, downright crazy hard games ever produced. Since the mid-80s, gamers have been pitting themselves against the roughest, toughest, and downright worst that 8-bit has to offer. I mean, there's a reason why the term NES hard exists.
Some super quick guidelines for this list. 1, we're talking about NES games here, not Famicom. No Japanese Mario 2, and no Takeshi's Castle. Number 2, these games have to actually have an ending for them to count, so none of those never-ending puzzle games like Tetris. And 3, the game can't be difficult just because of sucky controls.
And finally, if you see only the first level of these games and you're wondering why, well, you know why. Because they're hard. Hey, I'm Stuttering Craig.
And I'm Nervous Nick.
For Screw Attack's top 10 hardest NES games.
Number 10.
Oh yeah, Contra. I mean, this game is one of the best games in the NES library. But it's not on our list because when Konami busted out the sequel, it came back even harder than the first.
It gets stupidly hard trying to dodge everything, but just like the first game, the spreader is an absolute godsend.
Now, one of the reasons why Super C may be considered more difficult is mostly because it wasn't played as much. And besides, if you're down with old school games, the original Contra isn't really that hard because you've played it so many times.
Number 9.
Ah, yes. Much maligned because of its just retarded jumps, the original TMNT is well warranted at this spot.
Look at this. Look at this. How are you
I know it shouldn't count because we're rewatching an old one.
See,
but
that's where you
still.
change Giraffe because we all know he sucks in this game.
TMNT probably would have made it higher on the list, but let's face it.
And also-
as long as you've still got Donatello, you're...
And also, can we point out again? You don't use one turtle for the dam. You whittle down. If it's house whittled down, just switch to another turtle. How hard of the concept was this to understand? Oh my god! How does this go on? Like I'm trying to do this one here. Man.
Number 8.
And here is your curveball. Now, most of you probably haven't heard of Battle Kid because it's a new NES game that was released in 2009. Savak, the dude who made this beast, has created a labyrinth of pain. But in the Fortress of Peril, pain is pleasure.
A throwback to platforming games like Mega Man, Battle Kid is a test of skill and is
This is not like Mega Man. This is I want to be the guy on the NES.
The least amount of deaths that we've seen for a first-time player is 49. And that's just to the first boss.
Jennifer dumped me.
If there was ever a game that defined
Where's the video?
hard, Ninja Gaiden is it. Now you may think you know this game, and you may even be able to breeze through the first couple of levels, but eventually, sometime, Ninja Gaiden will catch up to you, and it will kill you.
It feels like there's stuff just flying at you from all directions, and even though you have a life bar, you'll find that you fall into pits more often than not, causing you to die instantly. Stupid falcons.
Fucking falcons.
Number 6.
A brief anecdote. When I was about 6 years old, my dad took me to Funkoland to buy whatever game I chose. I don't know what appeal I saw in the box for Fester's Quest, but test playing it at the store literally gave me a headache.
This has to be one of the most tedious games in the NES library. I mean, you slowly walk around town shooting killer frogs in faces that give you power-ups. Yay! And your guns? Yeah, they're, pretty much useless there, buddy.
And if you get hit by one of those bugs, you go even slower. A decade and a half later, and I'm still glad that I chose Captain Skyhawk.
Number 5.
Oh, what? Oh, go. Oh, sorry. I was trying to hit the pause button and wasn't.
All you get is one life. I hate this game.
Double Dragon 3 is clearly the most difficult game in the franchise, and even though you got spinning kicks and throws at your disposal, your best hope is just to pray that your spinning kick will work. But chances are it's not.
Look at this!
Oh, I get so much joy out of this. Double Dragon 3 borders very, very close on the control suck rule, but we're gonna let it slide simply because of how much rage Nick gets from it.
Number 4.
The Adventures of Fire Billy.
Okay, this game, it's not even fun.
The Adventures of Bayou Billy is like 3 games in one. You've got a beat 'em up, a shooter, and a driving game. All of them suck.
Well, yeah, it does have some pretty cool music, but that pretty much is the only thing cool about getting your ass beat by the first group of enemies in the game.
Hell.
We did a test at the HQ, and the average lifespan in Bayou Billy is like 51 seconds. That's retarded.
Number 3.
Hooray! I made it through the graveyard, past the town, through the fires of hell, into the castle, and defeated the final boss on my last life. Sure glad I don't have to go through all that again. You have got to be frickin' kidding me.
Ghosts and Goblins, while one of the best games on the NES, is also one of the most aggravating, as yes, once you beat it, no, if you beat it, you have to play through the entire game again just to see this. That
Ooh, I think I got it.
Game right there.
Yes, all those jumps and all those zombies a second time. Screw that.
Number 2.
In a list all about difficult games, it's only inevitable for there to be a shmup somewhere, and yes, Silver Surfer is most definitely a shmup. Usually in shoot-em-ups your plane is fairly small and somewhat maneuverable, but let's examine Silver Surfer. The dude's surfboard is
Oh, I got that on there. Holy shit.
supposed to fit this through this.
Sorry, I was hitting the select button, but or the space bar, but it wasn't pausing. So I had the I had the thing Chrome and yeah.
One hit,
Can't talk.
and you're here. Silver Surfer brought to his knees and sobbing. This game's so difficult, we often did the same damn thing. All right, let's hit the old 8-bit recap before we get to number 1. Number 10, Super Seed.
Number 9, Ninja Turtles.
Number 8, Battle Kid.
Number 7, Ninja Gaiden.
Number 6, Fester's Quest.
Number 5, Double Dragon 3.
Number 4, Adventures of Bayou Billy.
Number 3, Ghosts and Goblins.
And number 2, fucking Silver Surfer, man.
It's number 1.
Look, I don't care what anybody says. It is not humanly possible to beat Battletoads without cheating. It's just not. I've gotten to the final boss one time in my entire life, and it took me weeks just to get there. Then I died before I could figure out what I was supposed to do.
The general rule is that playing games with your buddies makes them more fun. And then there's Battletoads. With 2 players, you'll just end up hitting each other half the time.
Okay, this is just ridiculous. Here's the deal. The first person that can film you and a buddy beating Battletoads in 2-player mode on your NES, none of that emulator stuff, and no tool-assisted runs, and then upload it to screwattack.com, I will give you one of every DVD Screw Attack offers for absolutely free. All you gotta do is upload it before our next top 10 is released. I'm sorry, I just don't think it's possible. By all means, prove me wrong. But Battletoads on the NES, by far the hardest NES game ever.
Oh shit! I punched the mic trying to do the Battletoads dance. Sorry.
After Street Fighter II came and revolutionized fighting games, publishers everywhere saw just one thing.
In an attempt to jump on the cash cow, fighting games were everywhere. Some good, most bad. These are the worst of the worst, the most awful, the fighting games that made you feel just dirty after playing them.
There's so many crappy fighting games, chances are your list is a little different. So you don't need to be an ass if yours isn't on the list.
And besides, we're right anyways. Hey, I'm Stuttering Craig.
And I'm Handsome Tom.
For Screw Attack's top 10 worst fighting games ever.
See, some of these still hold true. Eh.
We'll give it this. Its sound was good.
Luke Skywalker versus Arden Lin.
But as good as the game sounded, it played just as bad. No. Worse.
Man, the controls were awful. I don't even know how to say the title of the game, but I definitely understand how it was put into production. It's a cool concept, but a crappy game. There's a reason why you've never heard of this Star Wars title. It was put into Carbonite. Forever.
This game does not even stay true to the physics of Star Wars. When you get hit with a lightsaber, your arm is supposed to fly off. Travesty!
Number 9.
Okay, H's and I's.
Another game that sounds cool but just isn't. They were going for Marvel
15,
superheroes
19.
but came out with a Superman mullet. Justice League Task Force is just a disaster.
The big draw on this one? Well, besides being able to play with spare comic book characters like Green Arrow and Aquaman, you could actually fight against the same character you were already using? Wow! Like Batman.
Trademark.
Versus Batman.
Trademarked.
Yeah. Released in '95, Justice League Task Force was about 3 years behind the ball.
Number 8.
Oh man, if you want a blatant ripoff, look no further. Kasumi Ninja for the Jaguar attempted
It's even the same
everything
font.
Mortal Kombat had. Digitized graphics, blood, even the storylines were pretty much the same. But the one big difference about Kasumi Ninja? It all sucked balls.
I mean, come on. Gamers aren't stupid. They can spot a knockoff from a mile away. Besides, you put a game on a go-nowhere system like the Jaguar, and you see how many best-of lists it will make. Even if the game was good, the craptastic Jaguar controller didn't help the cause.
The only positive thing about Kasumi Ninja? This dude. The red-headed Scottishman actually shoots fire out of his crotch.
Ah, you're a wee man.
If this game didn't have pelvic flames, it would have been a lot higher.
7.
Primal Rage Arcade was actually not that bad. It was hard to play, but it still had some cool elements to it. But when you port the game to the SNES and Genesis, you've got some problems.
Gone are all the things that made Primal Rage worth spending a quarter on at the arcades. No eating people, the controls were even worse, and would you believe they actually took out some of the special moves? I mean, come on.
But we do like
Come on.
the exploding hearts. That's the only cool thing about this game.
Number 6.
Alright.
When I was just
Oh,
a
God.
teeny tiny stuttering Craig at the arcade,
Look at the
I actually thought
get
this was a
claim. We're
game.
gonna claim because you're using music.
Stupid child.
Bear the
But
claim.
most games that tried to be innovative lacked in a lot of other areas.
You can choose from 3 different shirtless characters. Kato, Ty, and Buzz, whose only goal is to destroy and then get on a forklift and cash in. Awesome. It tried digitized graphics.
I hate the song
but the
so
majority of
much.
the time, you didn't know who was fighting who or where you were, or if you were getting hit. It was just a big cluster.
That's probably the reason why I don't.
Now, a lot of people don't know this, but you, Handsome Tom, were actually the cover art guy
I don't
for Pit Fighter.
watch Spanish subtitles. Yeah.
5.
Like I said in the Tick Video Game Vault, I don't know if Fox Interactive has ever made a good Simpsons game. Simpsons Wrestling had so much potential, it had great voiceover and some comedy from the show, but all the potential in the world doesn't guarantee...
Comedy from the show.
Take you to the cleaners and dry clean your brain.
It pretty much came down to a 3-button masher. The mild success of this game was only due to the fact that it had the words The Simpsons slapped on it. Like all Simpsons games, with the exception of the arcade game, a major disappointment.
Some may call this an unfair generalization.
Number 4.
There's no comedy from the game in that.
As we mentioned earlier, Street Fighter II revolutionized fighting games. That can't be debated. Unfortunately, Capcom saw the success of Street Fighter II and its spin-offs and then just vomited all over the series in the form of 2 games. Street Fighter the movie The Game and Street Fighter EX3.
There are 2 rules about Street Fighter that were enforced after these games were
Yeah.
released. Number 1, Street Fighter should never use digitized characters. And number 2, Street Fighter should never, ever be in 3D.
Laughably bad.
But hey. If not anything, if not for Street Fighter EX, we wouldn't have gotten this. And Max wouldn't have a theme song to listen to. Right? I need a little bit of a break. I like media break. I'm gonna listen to this. Oh, shit, that popped off. You know what the plan was? Is that I was gonna put on DSP's old show, not Assist Me, Jesus Christ, Project 7, and we were gonna like put it up against Assist Me. And looking at the time frame, I don't think I'm gonna be able to get to that tonight. Oh no! There's already a crack in the plastics. Oh wow, it's on this one too. What the fuck? Okay, I'm gonna have to deal with it. Okay.
Dad, we had no choice but to put them both on.
Top 10 fighting games. I'm gonna try to find one. Top 10. Let's just go to the more, you know.
What? RG-13.
What are you doing?
I'm just saying RG-13 because you told me to. Don't know what it means. Nope, not at all.
It means it's Rooster Teeth's 13th birthday right now.
Oh, of course it is.
And we're having a big sale right now on all of our stuff. And everyone who uses that promo code on Screw Attack Store or on Rooster Teeth Store gets 13% off all merchandise.
Well, you'd be a fool not to.
That's so
Oh
cool.
my God, Nick. You can go RG-13 yourself, Nick.
Power armor.
And this one is going directly to, they still have this on the Death Battle channel.
These tools of destruction are used for killing, and that's why I'm here. Before we get started, I'd like to mention there's a difference between a suit of power armor and a mech suit. The easiest way to distinguish what makes the list is, if you wear it, it makes it. If you pilot it, like Titans from Titanfall, then it's out. Hey, I'm Boomstick for Screw Attack's Top 10 Power Armors.
Number 10.
In a world built solely for you to destroy, it shouldn't come as a surprise that Red Faction has some pretty great tools available to you. Take, for example, the Leo Exosuit, a piece of power armor that would make any ordinary soldier a super soldier in no time. Equipped with a 50 caliber minigun and heat-seeking rockets, the Leo packs enough of a punch to take even the biggest opponent down. And if range isn't your forte, then the armor plating and energy shield provide you enough protection to charge through walls and demo a building using only your brawn.
Number 9.
If I were a paralyzed Jewish general in an alternate future fighting the goddamn Nazis to free humanity, I don't think I could ask for anything greater than some ancient Jewish armor. The yes? Well, the power armor suit is an exoskeleton with incredible abilities, including a neural interface that can grant paraplegics the ability to walk again. Mazel tov, a miracle! Okay, admittedly, it's not very feature-heavy, but come on! It's used to kill the Nazis! It's the armor that strengthens your body and your faith.
Number 8.
Some of you may be wondering, does the Tanuki suit really qualify as power armor? Well, it's a protective suit and it gives you power, so shut the hell up. This is my list and I'll do what I want. Throw off those crap-covered overalls and pull on the raccoon.
This had to be a Craig pick.
Granting powers of hovering, flight, and equipped with a tail strong enough to bludgeon creatures of the Mushroom Kingdom to death, the Tanuki suit is a cuddly and cruel awakening to anyone who crosses the wearer's path. Not to mention, if you're at a party and don't want to talk to your ex, just turn into a stone statue until they give up talking to you and walk away. God, I hope that thing's soundproof. Better luck next time on the alimony.
Number 7.
Where do I even begin with Warframes? There are so many suits with different abilities to satisfy my bloodlust. Do I hop inside the quick blade of Excalibur? Try fighting anyone about to have a really bad day? Do I use Loki to mindfuck my enemies with a decoy or camouflage myself to become an invisible predator? Or do I go totally hard as Rhino, heavily armored and ready to dive headfirst into
I never played Warframe.
true hard ass? Well, no matter what wall running, diving, sliding action that my Tenno is involved in, there's always a Warframe to fit my mood. So fuck it, let's put them all on.
Number 6.
Let's be honest, there's a shit ton of power suits out there, but the CMC 400 powered combat
Oh, shit.
is certainly one of the finest. Not because it houses badass space
Aw, we're all glad you're resubscribing for 60 months. Thank you, honey.
Love Yahan.
Love Yahan. Thank you.
Comes in handy when you've been stabbed by a zealot Scion blade. The CMC 400 and its Firebat variants alongside it make the list because they have one quality that no other suit on this list has. Straight up intravenous drug use. Yep, these suits will pump you full of space-stage PCP, consisting of a mixture of synthetic adrenaline, endorphins, and psychotropic aggression enhancers that will make you so fucking high that your fully automatic weapon will somehow increase its already incredible fire rate. Coming down off that...
Fortunately, I've already broken it. Piece.
Number 5.
And I thought it would have been one of these pieces down here.
Reaction suit from Vanquish with a Ferrari of power armors. Fast.
I'm just going on my computer. I just put both windows in different sides.
Okay.
Shit. It boosts the wearer's strength and acrobatics off the charts, speeds up reaction time, and basically lets you go into Matrix mode. Plus, it uses magnetoplastic close fucking enough thrusters to slide all over the battlefield like a raging maniac. Sure, it's still a prototype and overheats, but I learned as a teenager that edging is half the battle.
Number 4.
The Gen 2 Spartan Mjolnir armor from Halo 5 is a shining example of humanity's
Okay, I was putting these things upside down.
across the galaxy. This 1,000-pound suit uses a Jedi-like connection to the brain to protect and enhance the wearer's actions. With a helmet that can locate enemies and armor that can regenerate its shields, any Spartan would be a pretty great guy to have beside you in a back alley brawl. And that's not even counting the abilities like armor locks, drop shields, or jetpacks, turning a regular old bred for glory in-lab killing machine into a giant green middle finger of fuck you to any punk that gets in their way.
Number 3.
Fusion-powered and intimidating, power armor in the Fallout universe is the best for tackling the inconveniences of an apocalyptic wasteland. You know, things like 30-pound roaches, leather-obsessed bandits, and 13-foot tall
Yeah, this one's kind of fucked.
will chop you up into pieces with their razor-sharp claws. Shielding you from radiation and red-hot lead, this armor is an essential for the experienced vault dweller. And if you're willing to invest the time, some sweet upgrades will really help it shine and take it to the next level. I like me a suit with options.
Number 2.
Totally no bias here. Anyway, the Metroid series power suit is Dog the Bounty Hunter's wet dream. With a ridiculously lengthy laundry list of features, Samus Aran is galaxy-renowned for a reason. Offering protection from just about everything, this gender-hiding armor can take care of any planet's biggest problems, including certain other famous bounty hunters. But its features are far more badass than just
the baby.
This suit can make our heroine curl into a ball and roll around, and use the awesomely named Screw Attack. And in the sweet-ass arm cannon that can carry a shitload of ammo for a ton of varied weaponry, and this power suit is set to take anyone, almost anywhere, and help them kick anything's ass.
It's number 1.
Coating the entire body in nanomachines? Ew. Crisis's nano suit is an all-inclusive and non-itchy solution to everything a human would need. Reinforcing muscles, the suit can make its wearer jump higher, run faster, throw barrels at people with ease,
And get radical firepower.
with abilities like hardening for damage resistance, or even a cloaking device. This is a one-stop shop for survivability, or sneaking into the girls' locker room. But be careful, if you fuck up, the government can dissolve you of, well, you. Just a push of a button and those in charge can evaporate the suit as well as the person inside. So don't get caught when you're peeping. If you guys liked my top 10 list, then don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell your friends about it and how great I am and all that good stuff. But before you go, make sure you check out last week's top 10 on Big Motherfucks. I like that name. Or you can always just toss the dice and see what the mystery video has for you. Probably not porn, but who knows? Thanks for watching.
Number 9. Dat, you chod power suit, Wolfenstein New Order. This is gonna be fun. Luckily I'm boosted, so I get to get away with being an idiot. Right.
With a ridiculously lengthy laundry
Alright.
With a ridiculously lengthy
Laundry list. You're an ass. Alright.
chop you into pieces with their razor-sharp claws.
Shielding you from radiation and red hot lead.
Yeah, I didn't finish. That's what happened.
Hey, bowling.
Okay.
I got taught up.
You gotta go right there real fast.
Man, a few years ago,
Hey,
I
bowling.
was so hyped for Brink. It had free running,
Top 10 hyped games that sucked.
character creation system, and awesome shooting mechanics and team-based gameplay, and it was crap. It was not that good. Totally mediocre. And there's tons of games out there like that, whether they were actually really bad or we as gamers, if we hyped them up like way more than they really deserved, we need to count them down. So we're here. Before we get started, I'm trying to get 6 likes. That's for every 6 out of 10 that these games got. Hey,
Who wants to take a guess at how many likes you got? No cheat. Don't go to Death Battle channel to look at it. Take a guess in chat. How many likes? $69. Yep. 14K. Good on you, Sean.
Sean for Screw Attack's top 10 hype games that sucked.
Number 10.
It's obvious that expectation has a lot to do with the games we put on this list. In 2012, our childhood fantasies of seeing Street Fighter versus Mortal Kombat characters would finally not come to fruition with the release of Street Fighter Cross Tekken, which will do just fine, I guess, or it won't. The marriage of the first and third most important fighting game franchises resulted in a broken, pay-to-win juggler that was just meh, with completed characters not included on the disc and a player base that ultimately ended up saying, we'll go back and keep playing some Street Fighter 4. There's a reason this was only at EVO for 1 year.
Number 9.
I am getting on my soapbox right now. I called this shit from the very first trailer. The second I saw the debut teaser with those people in the carriage, I
H2
looked
and
at Sam next to me in the office.
11
and I
and
said,
7.
Werewolves, I betcha. And there were werewolves. Then there was the debut gameplay trailer, where I was like, hey, this is just a cutscene with a reticle on it. And it was. Touted as the game that would show what the PS4 could really do, we ended up being treated to an afternoon-long game that basically boiled down to a trailer for its sequels. Which, let's be real,
They're never gonna happen. But it's
Nope.
it's sacrilege. It's ending. I don't even care about the spoilers. I'm just gonna show it to you right now.
Really? That's it? Come on, man.
Number 8.
Admittedly, I'm not the hugest Elder Scrolls fan. I mean, I played the hell out of Oblivion and Skyrim, and my knowledge only goes so far. And as a more hardcore fan, I couldn't imagine hearing the news that you'd now get to experience Tamriel with your friends. And what do we get? Pretty much everything we've experienced from other MMOs with an Elder Scrolls theme. Shame. I think this is a pretty huge lesson in calming our own expectations. Because, I mean, do you think there's any way this game could have really lived up to what we wanted? I mean, really lived up to the hype. I guess we'll never know.
Number 7.
Okay, I'm kind of giving Ubisoft a break here, just having one of their recent issue-riddled titles on this top 10. Between Watch Dogs, Assassin's Creed Unity, and The Division, the latter really does encapsulate every topic we'd hit if we were to discuss all three of these titles. It's another Ubisoft E3 trailer that shows way better visuals and details than the final product. It had nothing really to do except to shoot guys with flamethrowers, or shoot guys with guns, or shoot bigger guys with flamethrowers and bigger guys with guns. Oh, I'm not even gonna go into the dark zone and how broken that shit is. That's not even worth touching. Playtesting would have helped there, guys. Maybe next time.
Number 6.
It was John Romero's first solo endeavor after Doom. The marketing behind Daikatana advertised that John Romero would make you his bitch. When you market something like that, you better not slip up. You better bring it. On debut, Daikatana was hated by everyone. Old Man Skistimus was telling me about how
it was one of the first times gamers were so mad they wouldn't play it. We didn't have these little boxes of 140 characters to bitch and moan about video games. We didn't say, ooh, we're not gonna play that. It may have been an average game, but fuck that. We actually didn't buy it, in huge parts due to its cocky demeanor. It just goes to show that too much attitude and marketing can really turn off consumers. I need my pills.
Daikatana may not have been that bad of a game, but we stood up in one voice and said, really, John Romero? We gonna make you our bitch with our wallets.
Number 5.
The video game promise. It's almost political, really. A figurehead emerges with bright, new ideas. He says, I'll give you the world. I'll make a Fable game and sequels with this.
Oh, this goes all the way down. Shit.
This. I'll make a game about a cube, and only one person will open it. What's inside? Who gives a fuck, Pete? Just keep on telling us about how you made the first Fable, which was okay, but it wasn't like half of what you promised, and then appear on more and more face-to-face interviews with Jeff Keighley. Peter Molyneux is famous for not living up to his own expectations, but every time he has a new concept, people start slobbing all over his dick. Okay, before you get on your high horse and say, but Sean, he made Black and White. He did, like 15 years ago, and it was good, but that doesn't mask the fact that developers might at times hype their own ideas before making a game. And no one wins in that situation. So, keep it chill, Pete. I'm sure you'll make something that lives up to your own dreams eventually. Well, you're still a hell of a lot better at making games than I am, so just do whatever the fuck you want. I don't care.
We may, who knows, start another experiment even more intriguing. Thank you very much.
Number 4.
Okay, a fun experiment for just 1 second. Close your eyes. Well, don't close them. Keep watching the video. Pretend to close your eyes. Imagine, you're 11 years old. Video games aren't what they are today. You just saw Star Wars, The Force Awakens. It was damn good, right? It's the highest grossing movie of all time. And now, at Christmas, Mom and Dad, if they haven't divorced yet, bought you Star Wars, The Force Awakens, the video game. Then you put it into your Atari 2600, and it is a piece of doo-doo! Damn it! Fuck! How let down would you be? Welcome to 1982.
Number 3.
83.
15 years. Do you know how long that is? That's over half my life. That's like 2 console generations. That's more than old enough to be forced into a marriage in some countries. That's how long Duke Nukem Forever was hyped. And you know what? It wasn't that bad of a game. Hold on, don't hurt me! Unfortunately, we on the internet love to collectively shit on stuff. But besides tiny tech issues, let's take a long look at Duke Forever. I mean, it's everything we'd want in a Duke Nukem game. Strafing, turds, big titties, schoolgirls blowing each other, stolen references from They Live, and beer drinking. Oh wait, what's that? It's been 15 years since the last Duke game, and now we're like grown up now. Some of us are like 30 and we have kids, and that stuff's just not funny to us anymore? Huh. Go figure.
Oh, yeah. Number 2.
This one is personal. While not in development hell as long as Duke Nukem Forever, Aliens Colonial Marines had something way more important.
This game is crime. Literally a crime. It was paid for by Borderlands stolen money.
Such a standard to live up to. They promised authenticity in the weapons, in the xenomorphs, in the sound, in the soundtrack, and it really boiled down to it just not being good. The multiplayer had some neat ideas, but otherwise it was complete trash. Why are the aliens attacking me like dogs? I've only seen aliens like 17 dozen times, but don't they like sneak around and stuff? Where's the horror? Where's the tension? The lovable characters? Sure, at least it ended up looking like a crappy Aliens game, but we had E3 trailers that showed us something this awesome and this tense. And all the while, it was trying to hold itself to the standard of one of, if not the greatest science fiction film of all time. When you're gonna make a game for this fan base, you better not take any shortcuts. And they fucking did just that. And it sucks.
How many fingers am I holding up? He's fine.
It's number 1.
Hyped for almost 10 years by prospective fanboys and developers Silicon Knights, Too Human, in theory, was full of cool ideas. It really was. Norse mythological figures as cybernetically enhanced humans? Dude, that's freaking sweet. It was gonna be the start of an awesome Microsoft exclusive trilogy. It was gonna lead the charge and satisfy all of our needs. It was gonna be a revolution. The light, the hope, the everything. Head of Silicon Knights Dennis Dyack bitched at reviewers who gave it a low score. His studio got sued by Epic for not paying for the Unreal Engine. The company got completely annihilated, and all copies of Too Human were pulled from stores, even digitally. But hey everybody, there's hope. If you want a silver lining to this tragedy, you can find solace in the fact that copies are now extremely hard to find. And if you are lucky enough to find one, they are ridiculously expensive, making it a near impossible collector's item. Happy hunting.
Oh, I thought he was being actually genuine.
In case you don't know, I put the boom in boom headshot. And I usually talk about how awesome weapons are, but there's a beauty in the way a weapon is used. The surgical precision that not only eliminates your foe, but lets everyone know they died exactly the way you wanted. And nothing says you're dead, motherfucker, than the headshot. So hey, I'm Boomstick for Screw Attack's Top 10
Headshot.
Sith Lord. Oh god, that's what. Sith Lord Lex. Thanks for the sub on YouTube.
Headshot by firing from the hip. Only the finest of gunslingers could put a bullet right between the eyes, only by using muscle memory. But this is absolutely no problem for Overwatch's McCree. All he has to do is set himself up to a state of pure dead-eyed focus, pick a target for each bullet, and with the pull of a trigger can fan his hammer, letting his chamber spiral out fiery lead into the domes of 6 helpless victims, whose bodies all hit the ground simultaneously, and that's just satisfying.
Number 9.
In a list of headshots, it's no surprise that one of my all-time favorite weapons is here, the Cerebral Bore from Turok. There's a special level of brutality in the slow penetration of the skull, the grinding of the brain, and the delving of the neck, capped with a grand finale of brain matter fireworks. The cerebral bore is one of the best tools for making a headshot extra messy. That's why I always carry a tarp. You never know when the blood's gonna be flying.
Number 8.
Slow motion makes kills so much sweeter. It's like taking the time to savor a bite on an extra rare steak. Even though Super Hot confuses me most of the time,
Super
I
Hot's
still
so
manage
good.
to find sweet joy in shooting one of those weird polygon demons, catching his shotgun, turning around and counting for just 1 second before firing 2 Super Hot barrels into the fragile glass head of his best friend. I mean, that's a badass headshot right there. Taken to the next level with slow motion.
Number 7.
Ah, giblets. Not just a side dish on the Thanksgiving table anymore. Sound is half the experience when it comes to exploding craniums. And Epic must have done a shitload of research to really nail that icky, splooshy noise when popping locust pinheads. Combine that with an engine tailor-made to simulate jiggly meat.
J-I-M-B-O. I'm Jimbo. J-I-M-B-O. I'm Jimbo. J-I-M-B-O. I'm Jimbo.
In some ways. Now how do I set that as my phone notification?
Number 6.
Not so long ago, headshots were just about a guy having his head, and then you shoot it. But enter Soldier of Fortune. No, not just my favorite toilet literature, but a video game with an engine made to systematically disassemble the human body. Explode an entire head, or simply shoot off a piece of someone's face. Each headshot in Soldier of Fortune is a beautiful, unique snowflake, unlike any other game on this list. By taking the precision of a headshot to the next level, I think you should no longer have a face.
Number 5.
Hunters usually get their prey stuffed and mounted on the wall after a solid kill. But who's got time for that? That's why I really appreciate BioShock 2, which features a harpoon gun in which killing and mounting are one and the same. Lock, load, and fill up someone's face with a 3-foot harpoon. Haha, look at that thing. You can pin people to walls, to ceilings, to furniture.
Okay.
But wait.
I'm gonna be wrapping up soon. However, I kind of want to have.
So theoretically,
I want to make fun of the guy at least a little bit. I did promise it. So let me get Raw Phil up here. Let's watch the guy play his addiction. Oh my god! Thank you for the counter here. Wow.
Okay.
Okay. All right, I'll have to rearrange this here. Give me a sec.
Darshbag with the super chat says, "Here's a touch for the coffers." Thank you to Darshbag. I appreciate that, Darshbag.
You are a Darshbag. Thanks for giving Phil money. Oh, I do appreciate. Thank you for Raw Phil. For
all right, let's begin. I'll start.
This is how much he spent on WWE Champions so far on this brand new account.
Good evening, everyone. Phil here, and welcome back to WWE Champions Night 2. Only my second night playing the game.
Yeah, but you've been playing it for the last second. Where's the gun? Where's the gun? Where's the gun? I'll keep it on low, but man, like, okay, so for people who don't know, Phil made a brand new account on WWE Champions, playing on the browser, and yeah, he spent $255 on this new account. This doesn't account for like the 20-some thousand he spent in WWE Champions alone. I'm playing some video game music. Yeah, so I'll have that, and then I'll have him on low for the... I'm gonna finish this page. I'm gonna get this page done. We're gonna get the legs built, and then I'll leave it at that for now.
We were able to buy some yesterday, but I don't think they even make them purchasable after that initial like introduction pack.
Are you gonna buy stuff? They're just funny that we be superstars and champions. Exactly. And shout outs to Manny and Brennan, and they gave shout outs to Darkside Phil. Did you see that video? Did you see Mansoor calling out the losers just for Supercard alone, not for champions? But like in the distance, you heard Brennan go, "Shout out to Darkside Phil." He's so knowledgeable of the game, a game that he like.
I can't do it. There won't be enough points to go around, and I don't think there's any other way to get more league points. So I'm very confused at how we're supposed to be able to do this.
No, you're not. You know exactly what to do. You've played the game for 7 years.
There you go. Anyway, we're gonna try. We're gonna do as much as we possibly can. All right, we're gonna try our best.
What's this we? It's you. You're clicking shit.
These are auto clear tickets, and what they do is they allow you to beat matches automatically rather than having to play them. What's up, Jade? I am ready tonight, indeed. I am ready. We're gonna see how far we can get here on night 2.
What did Jade say?
I was just telling the stream chat.
Ed, I can't do that voice to Jade. I can't. Hey, bud, are you ready?
If you raise $1,000 in tips on stream, would I rip a shirt like Hulk Hogan? I now have a shirt that I can rip like Hulk Hogan on stream if we do that. I'm not asking for that. I'm not expecting that. I'm hoping to hit 150 so we can keep my King's streak alive tonight. But if we get that crazy...
Can you imagine asking $1,000? Yeah, give me $1,000. I'll rip a t-shirt.
Here, brother. We'll do a shirt
It's both like, yeah, it's 1K t-shirt rip. Let's go. You're fucking stupid.
Okay. Shout out to Theo, who became a member tonight. And then Spencer just did a super chat. Said, like you, I can tolerate spice on the way in, but not so much on the way out. I love the new lean into the meme art. Yes, why not? Why not lean into the meme? I'm okay with it. I'm having fun with it. I know you guys are too. It's funny because I was originally going to do Stardew Valley tonight, and I was like, wait a minute. Stardew Valley basically the same as what we're going to do now. We're going to chill. We're going to interact a lot. We're going to play a silly game.
Thank God he's not playing Stardew Valley. Melanie has a sigh of relief. I'm just like, I think it's gone to ban world. There's a possibility too that he's going to
we're gonna get started in just a sec, but a couple more contributions have come in.
he's gonna send Street Fighter 6 to ban world to play this.
From Mr. Salty Nuts.
If he does, it fully shows that he's 100% addicted to this game.
At least a 2 to 3 week vacation, correct?
And now his fans are enabling him.
3rd week of September. So I'm sure when they're back and ready to start making content again, they'll contact me when they're ready for possibly to do some.
No, I think Kino Casino's done with you, bro.
Okay. What's up, King Michael? Good evening. I received a $22 tip.
17.
Magneto. Come on, brothers. Let's crush this 1K goal and get a Royal Rip shirt. Like true Philomaniacs. Let's pull some Hogan's, brother. Yeah. Thank you so much, Swagonito.
For those who don't know, he made 777 bucks just in tips alone last night when he first streamed Champions.
I'll do a Hogan animation for you. There you go. So thank you, Swagonito.
And he still blamed the detractors. He's just like, if you guys just let me do this, I would have done this. It's like, we told you to do this. We told you, like, if you truly like this game as you say you do, then just play it. Who cares what we think? You'll make money because you're playing a game that you like.
All right, so let's go ahead. We already collectively agreed last night. We're not going to pull again in this game until we get a different loot or a better loot. The loot that's in there is the standard loot that's not good. We need to unlock better loots by hitting.
I'm sorry, you pulled a Rhea Ripley Judgment Day and you said Rhea Ripley Judgment Day is ass? How dare you disrespect mommy?
Awful stuff here because I'm so low level. Like you don't get
Well, of course you disrespect mommy because I'm very stupid.
do anything else. So that'll complete a few of the a few of the missions here. Oh wait, it gave us. Oh, let's see what I mean. Those are lead points we already had. Yeah, let's just hit claim all. So is that enough? That's enough. Okay. So now all we got to do, we have to beat the League of Nations in the WWE Live Tour Chicago. So let's do that. Let's start that right now. Min B says, any suggestions how we can contact Scopely about your stream? I heard they block on Twitter. Went to the Reddit and the mod there said, just saying your name is a ban. I don't know. What's funny is I've never been involved in any of that. You know that. There's no way. It doesn't seem like there's a way to contact them via Twitter. You're right. Like you can't DM them or anything.
Just add them in a tweet. Just ask.
Getting Scopely's attention. You know, last night we had over 1,000 viewers at the top of our stream. We averaged around 800. Right now we have 572 and climbing. So it's very possible. You know, I'm gonna have likely the highest viewed stream of this game when I'm streaming it, right? The people who stream this game do not get.
Was that Dragon Quest? Yes, that was Dragon Quest. Okay. So he's got to stop himself. But yes, if you go to our WWE Champions on Reddit, there's a list of rules that's the top thread. Rule number 2 is do not say DSP. You are not allowed to talk about Darkside Phil in that. They're tired of hearing about the memes and all that. Even though he has given them so much money, he has a ban termed in that chat. And he's just like, why can't I have that? It's like, because you're a toxic asshole. And no one wants to fucking deal with you, my dude.
I'm absolutely sure that they really wanted to hear DSP constellation, right? Like, anyway, I wonder, can you turn this? I don't know if you could turn off the chat in the game or not. I have no idea. I never even bothered. Like I said, I never even touched this chat.
Hang on, I'm gonna see if it's in here. Hang on.
Yeah, I don't even know how you would do that.
I'm going to my Twitter. Watch this. Oh, what up, Tavo? I tweeted at them once with the DSP gif and they blocked me. So don't expect us anytime. Like, don't expect like if a mobile game comes up for my sponsorships with stream elements. If it's from Scopely, I am not accepting it until they unban me.
I don't think any of these other characters are low charge characters.
If I do take the sponsorship, I'm not tweeting at them as part of the agreement. They can fuck right off of that. I'll be like, I can't tweet at you. You've banned me.
You can't even use trainers yet, I think, until like level 5. So we wouldn't even be able to like have him. Yeah, let's just go HBK quick and beat this tour so we at least get the tour.
Isn't it ironic that I'm the guy?
I just received a $2 tip.
What'd you receive, Cease?
Infinite says, "What's your love language?" What the hell does that mean? What is a love language? If you could rephrase in the form of an understandable question, please. Boogie is Satan just did a super chat. Are you planning on going on Log Call Live, Mr. King? You should know. I don't know. Do a stake stream with Kino Casino. Are you also? You should. I don't know. Do a stake stream with Kino Casino. What is a stake stream? I don't even know what that is.
They're your new best friends. You don't know what a stake stream is? How dare you? You're a terrible boyfriend.
Never heard.
What does it call for this one here? Holy shit. Oh.
Love language is how do you express affection to others? Oh, I pull a giant marlin out of my back pocket and I slap them across the face. That's how I express it, right? Okay, let's get started. Thank you guys so far for your support tonight. Let's go through. We gotta beat this tour, and after beating this tour, hopefully we will be able to unlock League 4 and see what's next. I hope we can hit League 5 tonight. Really, if we can hit League 5, that's when the action happens. Then we'll be able to do pulls for better cards. I keep saying cards. They're not really cards in this game. You do pulls for better characters.
Because you're leaning into the meme because people kept saying sweaty JPEGs. That's what they are. I mean, like technically they're not. Like it's you are getting 3D models out of it. Yeah, to you know emphasize what you have in the ring. But
He says he wished for a DX animation or Undertaker. Well, perhaps long term if we play this a lot, we'll have new animations, right? It's very possible. We'll have to see.
give me money and I'll tell him my dents to make me an animation and I won't pay them for it. It's totally robust.
The weird thing in this game, the character models, that some of them are like Rey Mysterio in this game is a giant, but what they do is they proportion the camera in a way that he doesn't look too big, but he's actually like huge. Like they screwed up certain character models in the game, like they didn't know what they were doing.
Well, it's you're paying attention to the gym breaking, not the actual action, so it doesn't really matter.
I think you should interview June the King. I think you and June are both kings. I don't know. We'll think about it. Like, by the way, for those who don't know, it was just announced today by June the King that if all goes according to plan, my documentary will be releasing this coming Monday, September 2nd, Labor Day, in the morning, probably like 10 a.m. And he's actually going to set up the premiere room to chat in about it the night before, so everyone can build up and get excited for it. I'm not going to be reacting to it until my late stream that night, and I feel like that gives enough time for people to go check it out for themselves and watch it. It's almost 4 hours long, it's supposed to be 3 hours, 45 minutes or something like that. So people can watch it during the day if they want, and then they can come over to my DSP Reacts channel at night and watch me react to it myself. And I'm going to be reacting to it all week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday night as needed until we kind of get through. So.
And if you're wondering why he's saying he's going Monday, Tuesday, Thursday night, because he pauses way too much. So it's going to take him like the whole fucking week to react to this documentary. And by then, like, everyone would have already reacted to it. I would have done it. King Jad would have already done it. WPIG would have already done it. Like, most of the detractors would have already done it by then.
Now you see it. Raise $1,000. Hogan shirt rip, brother.
Oh, and he's got that on the fucking title too. Okay, so at least he's a little bit honest with himself. You see right here, he's not starting off with $50. He's just saying 150. And I have to go back and check today's stream. I don't think he's supplying people with the rewards. Like, he's supposed to put on a hat and vest at a certain amount. And he's not doing it.
That wouldn't get like copyright claims, right? Like, what on earth would I play? I certainly don't want to get my stream blocked and claimed, and now, you know.
This one is.
So now we have issues because I'm playing music, so I'm not sure what I can do. If you have suggestions, please let me know.
Do what I'm doing. Play video game music or play lo-fi music. That doesn't get you canceled.
600 viewers, we can hit 200 likes, guys. You're here.
Oh, he's again begging for likes, but it doesn't matter because you private the stream afterwards anyway. So it doesn't matter. You lost all of those analytics. As soon as you private something, it's like it never existed. But he treats this channel as if it's still an old school YouTube channel where I have to upload.
From THQ for WWE, I think I did back in the day. Wasn't it like there was a particular WWE game I played. I forget which one it was.
It was 2K22. You were doing the showcase mode. You weren't talking over the cutscenes, and the WWE shut down your stream. And then you rage quit the thing because you're like, well, if I can't make money on this, I'm not playing.
Yo, look at Big Show. He's not supposed to look like that. Big Show is bright fucking red. He looks like a thumb or a dick. What the hell? That's completely a graphical. Not fun. He's not supposed to look like that. What the hell? What happened?
What a great game. Your game glitched, huh?
What the shit? Yeah, Red Hulk. He's a Harrison Ford Red Hulk. What a glitch.
How would you know that, Phil? You don't play, you don't watch movies. How would you know that? You hate Marvel. You and Kat hate Marvel.
It looks freaking good on my
like, Kat's ex hogtied her and forced her to watch all the MCU movies. What a terrible man.
Bam Bam Bigelow is in the game. I believe there are 2 different Bam Bam Bigelows right now.
You would know. You have all the wrestlers.
There's a version of Kofi Kingston we'll be facing. This is the crappy version. There's like
what?
Three Kofis.
It's the new day. Shut up.
And serves almost no purpose. Then there's one that's crappy, but he's a trainer that increases your move charge, so he's actually a really important character to get. And then there's the Kofi that I have, the green one, Tech Kofi, and he's actually pretty good. He's one of the best defensive characters in the game. I can play the video game music playlist I listen to. That playlist is not royalty free. That playlist, that like some of the radio.
But neither is mine. Do I give a fuck? No. What do you give a fuck? It's just oh my god. Oh, you're so fucking stupid.
Ooh, all right. Go. Finish up this Chicago tour. Then we'll at least be level 4 and we can see what lies in front of us tonight. Hit level 5. Because I'll be honest, I don't know if we're going to hit level 5. I want to hit level 5. But I don't know if it's even possible tonight.
Don't know.
Join. You ask me any questions you want about the game, and I'll try to answer.
Yeah, I got a question. Why? Why this? Like, you spend so much goddamn money on this game. Why? And why couldn't you, what is the reason you couldn't capture your thing for Craig? You just have to screenshot. I don't know how to screenshot.
PS5 with the disc drive, but it's funny. I didn't want the one with the disc drive. And when it came out, when I went to order, because you know all the orders went live all at once, and so I got the code to do it on Amazon, and I went to do the digital, and I couldn't even get it to load. But the one with the disc did load. I said, well, fuck it, I'll just get the one with the disc, because if I didn't buy it immediately, I wasn't going to be able to have it at launch. So I have the disc PS5, and I've literally used the disc drive once ever.
Then it came in handy. So what's the problem?
What character made me the most hyped when I obtained him? Oh,
What the fuck was that?
What character made me the most hyped when I obtained him? I would say like the most hyped characters are the ones that you were never expecting to get, and you get them like by complete luck. So for example, if I remember correctly, this was many years ago. They'd added when Brock Lesnar had just returned back to the WWE. If I remember correctly, that was when he came back and he had the beard and they made him like a face instead of a heel. So they
But you don't watch wrestling. How would you know this?
No one knew they were adding him to the game. It was kind of like a surprise. They added him like in the middle of the week and everyone was shocked. And just on a whim, I did a pull. I didn't do like a mega pull, but I did like one of those 11 pulls, which is like $20. And I got it. And I was like, holy shit, like right off the bat, I got the best Lesnar in the game. And at that time, he was one of the best characters overall in the game. That was a few years ago. And I was like, wow.
You don't watch wrestling? How do you know? He claims he hasn't watched wrestling in years because we ruined it for him. Because we kept making jokes about,
Sadly, the game will just not give you the goddamn character. And you don't want to get to that slippery slope.
but it's just like,
I'm gonna keep spending till I get him. Like, dude, this get no lie. Games like this, you spend thousands of dollars. I'm not kidding. You spend thousands of dollars without getting the character you're trying to get. It's that.
you know from experience. Remember, folks, this is where all your money is going. Not to fix his kitchen, not to fix his bathroom, not to take his wife on a honeymoon.
Wow, a $50 super chat from Boogie Satan. He says, I respect how much change that you have embraced, Phil. Until recently, I would have solely watched your attractive channels. Keep monetizing yourself the way you have. I'm rooting for you. You should become the third host of Lifestyle Live. I don't think that's ever going to happen.
I'm not going to lie. Shut up. And I don't know what's going on with these side pieces here.
So we completed the tour. By completing that tour, first of all, what?
First of all,
Close the game. Let's get this reward, right? So in order to finish, we level up a superstar move or a superstar. Let's just do that right now. That can be anything, right? Here, we'll put a level into Jim Neidhart. And there you go. I think the other one was to level up the move. Here, we'll do this. Okay. Now we completed all the dailies. There you go. So I don't know how many points we just got. But we leagued up. So here we go. We're going to hit League 4, which is what we're aiming for here. League 4. And, oh, this is very good. I didn't know this. This version of
bullshit.
Xavier Woods is a trainer for Black MP. So Black Moves will now be able to have a starter MP with
Oh my god, I didn't put the thing on right. Jesus Christ. It's working.
The European Road Tour, Friday Night Superstar Hard Mode, Deadman Daily Hard Mode, the Entourage, so we can now equip those trainers and give our guys special ability. Showdown Mode was unlocked. Oh, that's cool. Moments and Loadout. Wow, we just unlocked a ton right there. We actually did. I'm curious, what does this offer? Oh, look at this. I think we should get it. I think we should get it because it's 500 league points. So it's going to allow us to jump ahead in the league fast.
Look how happy he is. He's happier than picking shit right now. Like, oh my god, look at all the money I can spend.
Go ahead and hide my screen. You guys can't see any kind of payment information. We're going to do it because we're trying to get to League 5 here. We want to do it, right?
You guys wanted this, right? This is so fucking sad. I swear I wouldn't do that, but like, I mean, it's WWE Champions.
Okay, close the game. I think that it does that.
We're bad over on Twitch with 50 bits playing his old soundboard. Now, if he was smart, he would take that sound clip and put that in his new soundboard that's coming soon.
No, this is good. I'm actually feeling good about this now. I think we might actually be able to get to what I wanted to do tonight, right?
Right.
How bad is the power creep? Are the new characters always better than the old ones? Yes. No, I'm not kidding. Every single new character.
Oh, did you see Chris Van D's he's got a new podcast out with Jesse Ventura as his guest, and he has Karrion Kross on there, and they have like a Ventura off. And he's like, let me tell you about when I was in Minnesota.
Let's find out.
Come on, Chris, don't tell me you won't have 2 more reps in you. Come on, Chris, you could do it. I was there. I was there in the Gulf of Da Nang in '76.
Right now. Yeah, we're gonna do it. We just gotta do the other achievements.
Are they advertising Arby's? No, none of them advertise Arby's. They just talk to each other.
We're unlocking events. We're unlocking weeklies.
And then he called up Will Sasso.
All the good shit tonight. This is excellent. 'Cause I didn't know we were gonna be able to do it. We're definitely doing it tonight. This is good shit. So let's do a lot. Here's a free bag. Let's do all this shit. Very good shit. I'm excited now. So let's go.
Yeah, I'm here and picking shit right now.
Grab here.
Ah, well, on ya, buddy. I got this bad Groog.
Actually, hold on. Wait, never mind. I need this. I'm not even kidding you. Well, we'll see if we can get this. But these are all the trainers. This is literally the trainers pack. That's a red MP trainer, purple MP trainer, black MP trainer, yellow MP trainer, green MP trainer, and blue MP trainer. These are all the trainers. So I actually do need this.
Do you?
Seriously. Shit. $15 for that shit? Nah, we need it. I'm not even kidding. You need this if you're gonna play the game. You need this trainers pack. These core characters are used like a ton in the game. The trainers give you your starter MP for your special moves, so you don't have to max gems to use your special moves. You can just start using them right at the beginning of a match. So this is the huge essential pack. And back in the day, they didn't have this. When you started playing this game, you had to earn these characters through events and shit. Now you can just buy them right from the get-go. I mean, I have to.
No, you. Oh my God! He's like, guys, I have to buy it. No, you don't, dude.
This is like essential to play the game. That pack.
No, it's
super essential.
Is it really? Is it really? Jesus Christ!
I have to, guys. I have to.
Oh my goodness.
We're watching an addict live. This is kind of sad.
Play the game. Yeah. It would be nice if it would like find your payment information, but it doesn't.
Well, they didn't think people would be streaming a mobile game, so shut the fuck up. It's up to the streamer to keep themselves safe.
6 months as a member says get Triple H on level 1 pod at Meeting of the Kings. You want me to get Triple H on this show? There you go.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Spencer did super chat. Are you amused by detractors raging at Josh Moon? I don't know. I don't pay attention to detractors. Like, I literally don't care about detractors.
You had a whole segment today about Super Crazy. Shut the fuck up.
Aaron did a super chat. He says, eat my subs, you'll be a champion. Invite LTG on. Oh, LTG will never go on. I can't invite him. He blocked me last year. Last year, I challenged him to Street Fighter. Instead of, like, responding in an intelligent manner, he went on his big, crazy rant on his show about my looks. That I don't look good enough or something.
Yeah, and you changed your wardrobe. My dude, you stopped wearing gamer shirts and
blocked me on Twitter. So,
yeah, because you're a fucking piece of shit.
So
I would do that to you too, my dude. And you know what? Max should do that too. Here's the funny thing.
1K is insane, and I hope it happens. There you
He
go. Someone just tipped $2. I hope it happens. Well,
he tweeted at Max trying to get remember the champions responsibly. Oh, he doesn't.
We're actually gonna hit League 5, and I'm gonna be able to do a cool mega pull of the good new loot.
A cool mega pull.
Right, let's do all this. So first off, here we go. Get our cash. What do we need to do? We need to do live tour. Women's Evolution Tour Chapter 3. European
So like
tour,
he challenges LTG to a Street Fighter match during Evo weekend, and LTG was just like, I responded to you. You don't got like 5 bands. Don't get the fuck out of here. You know, work on your sexy. That was the main thing that got him. He's like, work on your sexy, bro. And he's like, what do you mean work on my sexy, huh? What are you talking about? Oh wait, where are you, Bobby?
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
So,
And now he's on this whole, like, I'm going to challenge Maximillian. I was like, hey, yo, Marvel vs. Capcom collection's coming out. I think it'd be cool if we ran some sets. What do you think? Hit back at me. And he's like, ew, why doesn't he respond to me? Phil muted Max. And he's wondering why there was, like, no reply.
Here he is. The animal. George the Animal Steel. Excuse me, I said Jim. It's George the Animal Steel. Remember him? Remember him? He would call it the stuffed animal. He would eat it. Look at that glitchy stuffed animal, flopping all around. Looks stupid.
Stuffed animal?
He would come out with a dyed green tongue like he was a monster, and he would eat the stuffed animal and spit the pieces everywhere. I'm not even kidding.
He's more known for eating the top turnbuckle, my dude.
Now, what level does he have to be to have the maximum MP charge? He has to be 9,000. Oh, goodness. I don't know if we have enough to do that. I'm going to see if we do. I don't think we have any TP. Yeah, this is the problem, is we don't really have TP.
You need TP for your bunghole?
Let's see what we can do here.
What platform is Phil getting it on? PC. That's what I'm getting it on to. I think...
Doughboy Jared did another super
because,
fought before in Street Fighter, we need a rematch. See, I don't even remember that, and apparently people have seen the match. It's like a random Street Fighter 4 match. Yeah, see, I don't even have it. Are you kidding? I can't evolve it. I don't have the tokens yet. We have to do the tours to get the tokens. Oh, wait a minute. Can I just do this? Oh, I can just do this.
Yeah, he's getting on PC. That's what Max is getting on to, and frankly, that's what I'm going to be getting on to. Like,
this is stupid. Now we're going to play
until they decide to, well, I mean, like, I don't know, like, I'm getting, like, I will get it physically as well on one of the consoles, so I'll have to wait until November when that happens, but,
we're going to play the tours.
Yeah, it's not going to be for a while.
That gave us another one of our goals. There we go.
Okay, so that's going to do it for me tonight, guys, so we got...
Okay, here it is. You do it daily.
Shut the fuck up. We got legs done. They're a little tough, but we got Wing Zero's legs done. And I did see a couple of pieces split there, but that's okay. We'll just say it's battle damage. And we'll say that, what is, any idea when the game, oh, I was just gonna get it on PS, but I decided to go with PC as well. Yeah, that's the thing too with PC. I went ahead and got the Humble Bundle Capcom thing. And I've got the majority of those games now on Steam. So I'm gonna check my library here. It was a good deal of like 35, 40 bucks Canadian. And I ended up getting the Capcom Fighting Collection 1, the Ace Attorney stuff, Dead Rising 4, 3, Capcom Beat 'em Up Collection, Dead Rising 2, Off the Record with Michael Landsberg. It's not what it is, but I want to make that joke. Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection, Street Fighter 5. Yeah, so like, if I find good deals like that on Humble, I'm probably going to jump on it and try to get that stuff on Humble or on PC, because like, it's kind of just like, eh. Oh, and to answer, up there. Get the fuck off my screen, Phil. You're boring me to tears. It comes out on the 12th, and I have put it in my, or I've put it on our schedule, game day schedule. Oh shit! Hang on. I'm pretty sure I put it on mine as I was, I have it scheduled for that day, but give me a sec. Let me go to our super secret stuff you can't look at. Which game is this from? Reach for the stars. Colors? Okay, because I don't know what I don't know who's got that Friday stream, but I will do it on the Saturday. All right. So yeah, this is pretty just chilled, lay back, just getting this Gundam built. We have gone through. So I think what I'm gonna do is next time I want to chill and build this, I'm gonna have a playlist ready. Because my idea was like I wanted to like watch and review Project 7 versus Assist Me, and never got around to that because like I didn't want to have to like keep taking breaks and like clicking through this stuff. So I figure what I'm gonna do is next time I will have a playlist procured. So let's say when I get the need to like, you know, do one of these streams again, I'll have the playlist ready. So like we'll start off with like the first episode of Assist Me versus the first episode of Project 7, and then, you know, we'll go in between that. So which of Max's reactions clips is all others? KI, Cloud and Smash, FVC Collection, or Fighting Collection 2? Fighting Collection 2 I thought it was a little bit taper, but I mean, like, I don't know, like MVC got a little crazy. KI was very short. Cloud is pretty legendary. I don't know where I would rank those, but anyways, I'm gonna end the stream, and I gotta remember to end the stream on YouTube, because if not, it's like when I did the Nintendo Direct, it just kept going and going and going. But well, thank y'all for hanging out and chatting. It was a good time. I will see everyone not tomorrow. I'm trying to remember the next time I'm streaming. Probably Monday, and I think I'm gonna start up Kingdom Hearts 2. I don't know yet. I might be Kingdom Hearts out for a little bit. We might play something else, but I'll let you guys know. But you guys have been awesome. Thank you so much, and I will see you guys later.